Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shores of Sorrows, Sapira's Legend, Season 1, Episode 14, Forgotten Memories, Part 1. Today, I am your captain, Captain Wilcock, and we'll be, introducing our cast, and let me just ring this bell that doesn't exist before we bring them aboard.
Who rang the bell? Ah!
All crew to the top deck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure.
Which top deck?
Well,
There's
definitely
multiple.
not the poop deck.
Okay.
It's Occupado.
Yes.
That's a bad joke and you know it.
Thank you.
For that one, you're going to be swabbing that deck.
Ooh.
Ouch. Owie. That hurt.
With the smallest
Yeah.
scrub brush.
Nah, I'll just sit up here, thank you.
With your
Oh,
toothbrush,
gosh.
but whatever.
Oh
watch
Lord,
the bone.
don't even. Don't even.
Ew.
Don't even.
Alright,
Please,
Alright.
contain thyself.
so who wants to start off? I already introduced myself. I'm Captain Wilcock. I am a
Halfway.
halfling. And I'm a midget. Well, like a midget in the game.
Small person.
Small person. We won't call them midget. We'll call them small.
Smooth.
Captain Small.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Brunira is back.
Back again.
Back to the next. I know the last time I wasn't here and some things transpired. Yeah. So, but I'm here again. Who's that person above me with the glasses?
Which person with the glasses? There are at least two of us.
Yeah.
Well, only
Three,
one of you.
but
Only
I'm
one
not
of
in
you
the
is.
void.
Only one of you is female.
True.
Oh, you mean me? Okay. Hey.
Hey.
Thank you,
Hey.
Deadpool,
Hey.
for the follow.
Hey.
Hi, I am your lovable, affable, pirate, fur.
Herbal.
Verbolg.
Thank you. Who has finally gotten her sea legs, and she's almost gotten her. Yes, she's almost gotten her air legs. She has a bodyguard,
Hello.
and she has a drinking buddy, which we'll introduce next.
Hi. I am Teresa Noir, also a glasses lady.
Oh, we didn't know that you wore glasses. we don't see your
I know.
image.
I know.
In your pocket, we couldn't see.
All right. I play Captain Scarlet Mox, also known as Moxie. Yes, there are two captains on the ship, and the halfling will just have to deal with it.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am a human gunslinging sorceress. So
In other words,
Yeah.
a battle mage.
I'm sure of it. He's gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, and hey, look, why don't you introduce yourself, Buckethead?
Hello, it's me, a former captain of the Sapira, Britlin. Nice to meet you all. I wear a bucket, totally not a skeleton. Well, everyone knows this kind of. But do you know? And of course, I am accompanied
wait.
by
Wait,
Yes.
totally not a skeleton? Are you sure about that, Britlin?
Well, is it just color? Maybe. But either way, me and my great friends will sail off somewhere else, over nowhere dangerous, but properly. And of course, my other characters is that are also controlled by Gearbox. Hello, it's me, the funny man. And
Yes.
anyways, we should probably get going if that's everybody.
That
Oh,
is
wait a
not
minute.
everybody. Where's
That is
our
not everybody.
resident... Brunira, are you here? Looks
I
over the
already
side
did
of the-
my intro.
Yeah, no, it was
It's
Oh.
Adstrom, you.
Yes.
Where's our doctor?
you're quiet.
Oh,
quiet
yeah.
quite a navigator.
Hello, Greg. Hello, Greg.
Osram, the ship's navigator, totally not an assassin and totally not a snake.
He's so secret, I didn't even see him.
Yeah, he's doing it right.
Well, there you go.
He literally,
Exactly.
he literally
So he-
slithered into
Yeah.
into
Damn
my
it, you used my
DMs.
joke. Okay. I think.
Hey,
And-
what can I say? Scales are attractive. He's got it going on.
Yes.
There you
Scales
And-
are attractive, and so is, a certain green glow from a certain person.
go. Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway.
Wrong game. And our swashbuckling Dragonborn is currently down below deck counting all the loot, so he will be back up on top deck hopefully around a little bit later, but he needs to go count those coins. So without further ado, if there's no further announcements,
No, there's no further announcements.
all right, raise anchor and we'll be setting sail. Until then, we'll be right back after the opening intro. Stay tuned. Oh, I almost forgot, before we raise the anchor. Thank you, Atrice Noir, for the 2-month subscription with Twitch Prime. And also thank you, Wolf, Woo Jiffy. I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing these wrong. For the follow. Welcome. And I think that's everyone in check. Yep. Without further ado, we'll be right back after the intro. Stay tuned. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have the crew do a quick little thing because I forgot to turn on one thing for you guys on the stream rewards, which I disabled earlier because if it was another game that was unrelated to this. So, crew, if you could just dance, do a jig, I don't know, something. Play instruments, I don't care.
I mean, you know.
What
Quickly.
instruments? What I mean, I don't have
Improv.
an instrument here.
I can smack a bottle against my head. Does that count as music?
We have
Don't
to improv.
I
You
can,
hit-
I can,
don't do that.
I mean, I can rant in my natural accent and just really get it on everybody's nerves.
No, please.
Come
no
on,
need to.
cowgirl. Don't you
What's
don't
going
you
on
do that
here?
now.
Get out of here, Alexa.
Okay.
What's going on?
We're good. We're
Oh,
good,
that's-
honey.
Yeah. No,
What's
she
going
puts on
on
she
here?
puts on a voice. She puts on a voice most of the time.
Why do you put on a
Now-
voice all
Now,
the time?
now, Noxie, I'm sure that you're going to be just fine in the TVA.
Just fine.
Here.
I think we all do say that.
Hold on a second now. Why is she working for the Tennessee Valley Authority? What the hell?
Well, that's my question too.
Alright, the
Thank you.
captain is
Actually-
back. Can someone please check in stream chat to see if the 2 items for the rewards for the whatchamacallit, the grant player reroll and inspiration is turned on for me.
How do I do that?
Whoever is in chat right now, just there's a little icon with the gem icon. Click it and see what the options are.
No. Oh yes, yeah.
Grant a
it's there.
reroll and offer inspiration should be active now.
Yep.
Yep, there we go. All right. Without further
Oh.
ado, where we last left off our characters, our lovely crew. Let me read the episode recap because I have to. After accidentally burning down a cliffside tavern in New Haven's Bay, our crew finally managed to put the spirit of the music box to rest. Now, setting sail for new adventures and headed to the shores of Morrow's Gate. What will our crew encounter? Who will they meet when they arrive? Will they be friend or foe? Find out now on Shores of Sorrows.
So there's an island ahead?
Well, it's been about a day.
Mhm.
You guys decide to sleep on the ship while the civilians decide to rebuild the inn that fell into the ocean.
Well, a certain somebody is on the ship right now.
Wait,
They're in a different spot.
Are we
yes.
still like on the island? Well, in
You're
near the
docked.
island?
You're docked, just off the shoreline. And you guys are sitting on the beach right now, just kind of enjoying the sunrise as it's slowly rising, and the inn has come down and given you a couple extra celebratory bottles. Don't go
Nice.
crazy, please.
Fashion the quick, just in the background check if they're good. Hope they fit with the quality of everything else.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the captain is weighing through bottles in his captain's quarters.
No, the captain goes into his. We're gonna have a little scene with the captain. The captain goes into his. He comes up top deck, opens his cabin door with the key. Click. Opens it, and a whole bunch of bottles pour out onto his legs, and he just screams, "Bretland!"
No,
We cut
do
back.
it!
We cut back to the beach.
Bastion, I think he found the bottles.
I think he found the bottles too. You know, Moxie, you are a wonderful drinking partner.
Well, I do try. I try not to disappoint.
You know, we need to do that more often.
Please don't.
Oh, knock down a bar? Absolutely.
I mean, it
Every-
was the most
I
fun that I've
agree.
ever had. Along with Mr. Droopy Pants over here.
Okay, I
The
need to
strongest
roll
alcohol
something
you can
really
imagine just gonna
quickly.
satisfy you.
What
That
do you
is
need
all
to
right.
roll?
I need to roll a.
What are you wrong?
Is this an athletics check or is this something else?
It depends on what you want to do.
Describe what you're doing, and I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
Well, this goes along with something else I'm going to request. The people on the beach, since they're in view of the ocean, I need them
Yes.
to all roll perception checks.
Okay.
That's what I forgot to pull out. My dice.
Trish forgot her dice? What black magic badoonery is this?
I forgot to pull up my character sheet.
Oops.
Yeah.
Big oof.
We both forgot something important.
We did. Oops. Well, no, I
Important.
do need to pull out all my dice for that. Okay, never mind.
All right. So all the not the audience, but all the beachgoers rolled a lovely
Hmm. I got a 10.
2.
For perception?
Yeah, for perception. They are completely oblivious. They're enjoying the sand, building sandcastles, or whatever you want to call it.
Wait a minute. Was that just one of us, or was that?
Everybody.
That was all of the beachgoers, all the
And
NPCs.
the NPCs, yeah.
Yep. You
Damn
guys
it,
have
I
to
just-
roll separately for yourselves.
Oh, okay. Well, I just rolled
no.
a 21.
Okay, I think she definitely see it. Ashes doesn't see it because she rolled a 10.
Britton rolled a
No,
9,
she.
so he doesn't.
Oh
see
yeah,
it.
Ashes rolled a 10. Yeah, I see that.
What did
Mhm.
Britland roll?
9.
9. Okay, I don't think he's. So the only
I-
one that sees this would be the very tall Furbolg.
Which makes sense.
So what she sees out in the water, like zipping back and forth in different directions, is Brunira surfing on the back of her Megalodon. She has fully recovered.
Is she like jet skiing with the Megalodon?
No, but she is surfing on its back while it's zipping through the water
Nice.
at high speed.
Like a large wave comes cresting over and you're just going right through the tunnel.
So I think to hold on and whatnot to stay mounted, would require me to roll athletics.
Yeah.
Would that
Athletics
be
or well, athletics because yeah, you're doing athletic kind of maneuvers. Yep.
I rolled a total of 10. I bank hard and fall off.
The large wave is a little bit too steep as you're coming up, trying to crest through it before it crashes down on you. It just timing was slightly off. It crashes down on you. Your Megalodon tries to catch you underwater, and you just go flying, somersaulting through the air, splash into the water, and your Megalodon just slides up next to you, as you're just kind of floating on your back in the water, just laughing.
Laughing hysterically because that
Yes.
was fun.
Yep.
Britton just hasn't noticed the whole time until he hears the laugh and turns around. What is she doing in the water laughing so hard?
She was surfing on her Megalodon.
You look at Britlin's like bucket, and like you could really feel the cogs. Not only hear but feel.
Come on, my pet. Let's return to the shore then.
Magdi, can you please roll a perception check for me as you see Brunira approaching?
Okay. That is a 16.
You notice something glistening in the water next to Brunira and the Megalodon, floating and bobbing up and down.
What color is it? Can I see that?
It is too far away to notice, but if Brunira would like to roll with advantage because it is near, like right next to her.
Perception, you say?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so
Welcome, Avenger.
I rolled
Thank you for
an
bringing your
11,
pom-poms.
and that's 13. No, 12, 13.
13. Okay, so yeah, you notice that there's a bobbing bottle with a wrapped up object in it.
What is this?
What is what?
She's gonna grab it and climb onto the back of her Megalodon.
Can I make a stealth check to make an entrance onto the scene?
Sure. Where are you right now?
Quietly. I'm gonna say because I was absent last time, and I think we established that this island is Asteram's like homeland.
Yes.
Not this one.
So-
And I picture he's actually been hiding this whole time, which is
Wait,
probably why he wasn't around last time.
Isn't this the Pirate Island?
Yeah, it's the pirate island. So
Oh, okay. I've been wrong
Astram,
about that.
there's a couple of tents, like those old-fashioned tents set up where people get changed and stick that into like their beach clothes. One of the tents is been mysteriously unused.
Just moving with your little legs popping out the.
Yeah, the tent's been moving ever closer to the shoreline.
You're stealthing like it's Solid Snake. Metal Gear.
I rolled an 8, so there's probably a bunch of people who are watching.
Yeah,
this
they're
thing
just
moving.
watching.
It's like,
They're just
what?
watching the thing move, and then a large breeze blows, and the tent just goes flops over.
And
You
you're
feel like
just, like,
you're just
sipping
going
on-
like,
Asteram will just like be shifty eyes for a moment, and we'll just walk towards the rest of the crew like normal.
People are just eyeballing you.
I like that you're in this stealthy position. The tent goes. You just like straighten up, and go.
pretty much that. Yeah.
and you just say, "Lovely breeze we're having today," as you're strolling along the beach.
Completely brush it off.
Oh
No, it isn't for you.
I'll come up to the crew and I'll say like, so when are we leaving?
What, you don't like it here? I mean, Maxie and I just burnt down an inn.
It was not fun.
no,
I
I
feel
mean,
like we're
says-
being terribly conspicuous here.
I had to protect them, and that's.
Hey, I had fun in the bar. And with my new friend Moxie,
and
we had fun.
The bar was unstable.
hey,
So,
I mean, hey, it was that guy's fault for being mouthy. We just dealt with it. And then
So,
the bar fell into the sea.
would Astrum have to roll a perception check now that he's come close enough to see Brunira surfing on her shark?
Yes,
I would roll
yes.
for that, yeah.
She's coming into the shoreline. Astrum, if you could roll.
Ooh, I rolled a 7, so I'm not doing great on rolls so far.
You didn't even see her approach.
Yeah.
So he's standing just away.
Brunir manages to
You're-
sneak
you're-
up on Astram.
Yeah, you're more concerned about the lack of lifeguards on duty.
So
We are pirates! Why do we need lifeguards?
I don't know.
Rhaenyra comes in off of her megalodon into the shallow and kind of leaps off the back of it, landing right behind Ostrom. She kind of bends down and goes, "Boo!" How does he react?
I think he's going to like. I think he would crouch down.
Charisma
and
saving
start
throw.
and start hissing. What
I
kind of saving
know-
throw? Wisdom?
Charisma. Yep.
Oh, charisma.
I know at all the commotion, a little head kind of pokes up around Moxie's chest and is looking around like, what the heck is going on? Like Ashes the pseudo dragon is just kind of looking around.
I rolled a 9 on my save, so that wasn't great either.
You fall
Terrified
backward.
him, not even trying.
Yep, you fall completely backward and nearly, your hood nearly flops off.
Brilliant goes, Jesus! Just watch where you're falling. You're gonna hurt someone by accident.
He'll spring up and like draw a dagger, but he doesn't realize. Like he assumes that somebody other than Brunira attacked, so he's like just pointing it around the beach, which is probably making the whole conspicuous thing worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Now,
Brilliant
here's the
goes,
question.
pushing
How
him
many
right
of the
down.
beachgoers saw this and are now laughing hysterically at him?
Several people have actually packed up their various, like, beach paraphernalia and are, like, headed back into the upper part of the harbor. Because they're just fed up with the shenanigans that have been going on this beach.
Yeah, I just re-rolled perception, to see
Yep.
this particular thing, and I had a 19. So yes,
Yep.
Magdie definitely saw this, and she sounds like a tea kettle. And since Moxie is close enough to hear this because they're sitting close enough together,
Moxie
hears.
can't breathe. Moxie can't breathe. She is
Yeah.
laughing so hard.
Yep.
Bastion looks over.
So
Bastion
you hear a
sees
tea
this.
kettle and someone laughing too hard.
Bastion looks over and sees like what happened and just kind of like looks like it's complete stone faced. He doesn't really have a face, but he just eventually just lets ha.
There you go. We got him to laugh.
Well, what do you know? He does have more than no emotions.
True.
Has that? How now? What does Astro have to roll to recover from this?
I find this, please.
Because right now he's in shock. So
Roll a roll a not a cost. Well, maybe a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? Okay. that's
Because
fair.
yeah, you didn't see it coming, so I think that's fair. That I was gonna say charisma, but it's not a physical thing. So
Oh, 6. I think I'm gonna hit every number below 10 before.
yep.
before we get to this module.
Full rollers for the god.
so
You're just getting these all out.
Pretty much, yeah, get
still
this all
doesn't-
out of there before we do
So
attack
he
rolls.
still doesn't notice that Brunira is behind him this
Yep.
entire time.
Yep. He stood up, back to Brunira, as like just like, what do you want to say?
So
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Brunira is going to lift her heeled shoe or heeled foot and boop him in the butt.
A very pointy steel-toed boot has just made contact with your backside, Astrum.
I think Astrom's gonna stumble forward, but he's gonna like tuck and roll so that he can come up facing what he assumes is his attacker.
Roll acrobatics for that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's a tuck and roll.
Yep.
That sounds fair. I'm actually good at that. Maybe I'll actually roll above a 10. There we go.
Yeah,
I
you rolled a 7.
rolled an 18.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Okay.
So he'll roll and spring up to his feet, like facing that direction with his dagger out. And when he finally sees who it is, he'll pause for a second and then like put the dagger away and just stand there.
She sees it. He can see that Brunira has this shit-eating grin on her face. She's ready to burst.
Merlin
yeah.
is looking over, letting a jolly old laugh. Just
Astrom's gonna go like full stoic. He's gonna basically go full Spock in reaction.
Meanwhile, in the
Yeah.
off to your like immediate like out of the corner of your eye, you guys see the captain walking up on the beach with a very stern look on his face, carrying a couple large bags of what look like, are those bottles?
Uh-oh. Bastion just says, I think he found the bottles.
He's dragging them up onto shore and just letting them float out to sea.
No, Captain, we need those. They keep. I need to keep them from the alcoholic addictions at unwell built bars and pubs and inns.
Well,
Hey,
they're
there was
not. They
nothing-
don't belong in my room.
There
My
was
captain's
nothing
quarters
wrong-
are
There's
my room.
booze in the Wait, there's booze in those bottles?
No, they're emptied.
Yes.
He
They're
dumped all the booze
emptied?
out. Yeah, he spent the last 5 minutes dumping all it out.
This is
Maybe drinking a
I
few,
feel-
but you know.
I feel bad
You-
for all the fish that are near the ship gonna get drunk off that.
Does the Megalodon have to make a Constitution?
Yes,
saving
please.
throw?
No, both of my megalodons are nowhere near the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I was joking.
Okay. Let's see. Let's
Captain,
see how
you-
good that is.
Captain, you
Uh.
threw away all the booze?
I used to.
Why's the rum gone?
I left the good stuff
that was a
down
good
below
portion of-
deck. I managed to
I
save
hate
the
to-
good stuff, but this stuff
I
tastes
hate
like
to.
crap.
It's meant to be
Alright.
mixed together, Captain. It's
Well, you
meant
could have
for
told me
multiple-
that before I dumped it all in the sea.
Also, that was may or may not, but
Brunira
that's
is
your
gonna-
money.
Rhaenyra's gonna
I rolled
perk up
a-
at this, and she's gonna look at the captain with a very
Um,
disappointed mother look.
The redhead, however, I rolled an intimidate check. I got a 22.
Ooh.
It's towards the captain. You see the rage of a dragon cross her face when you say you poured out the booze.
The captain just kind of like
She
slowly.
walks over.
You think the captain just got a few inches shorter, like he's sinking in
Yeah.
the sand slowly.
I'm
Why
going
don't
to
I
go-
toss you into the ocean, you little? She just gets.
Don't worry. I'll go and get more alcohol. She just does walking off somewhere. You don't know where.
It-
he's
it is-
going.
Moxie, calm down. He didn't know. But seriously, Captain, if you do that again, I think both Moxie and I are going to take turns on who's going to throw you overboard.
Are you guys teaching him? Never mind. What's that you're holding, Bradira? Motioning to the bottle.
Oh, yes, this. I found it out there in the water. It was sparkling. I'm not sure what it is. She
Ooh.
tosses it to the captain.
He
I'll let
catches
you have
it.
the honor of opening it.
He uncorks it, and he's gonna pull out a long scroll, and he says, "Message in a bottle." Pulls it,
does it
opens
say?
the scroll, and he says, "Dear Britlin, it has been a while since we have spoken, but I need your help with something. Something has been lost for centuries and needs to be found. Come at once to Marrow's Gate. I'll explain everything when you arrive. Sincerely yours." And I'll let you name the character if you'd like.
Okay, let me think of.
If not, we can let the audience do it, because that's something fun we like to do.
Ah, yeah. This is a stupid name. Rhett. R-E-T. You just
No,
took.
actually, that's not a stupid
I've-
name.
I've heard worse pirate names. Trust
Yep.
me. I've heard worse.
Alright.
I have an idea for Rhett's voice too.
Rhett is, Rhett's signature's kind of like scribbled, like, very poorly in the margin on the scroll, and there's coordinates. Yeah.
Bertlin goes, Rhett. I think I remember him. Never was a good writer.
I'm gonna roll a history check on the name Gate. Hello?
Yep. Gotcha.
I thought Discord died for a second.
No, you're good.
If it did, it would be funny, but not really.
Okay, 13, 14, 15.
And what were you rolling? Sorry, it's just slightly distracted.
Rolling a history check on the name of Morrow's Gate.
Morrow's Gate is extremely close to a place where no ship should go. It's just on the edge. In the center of the Forbidden Sea.
Also known as the Empty Sea.
The Empty Sea, yep.
That sounds familiar. Very familiar, in fact. Britlin,
Yes.
Morrow's Gate, isn't that the island of no return that many legends are supposed to be
Whoa.
stemming from?
It's on the cusp of the empty sea, I think. Ugh. Wait, isn't the Empty Sea somewhere where not even like you sea people even went or anyone?
I'm not certain, but we didn't have legends back like that in the under ocean kingdom when I ruled. There was no legends like that. No, not even stories to the place. The only reason I heard of it is because when I was still a sea hag, I heard sailors talking about it.
Either
When I
way.
dragged them down to my cavern to eat them.
Oh, pleasant. But either way, I think I remember the name Rhett. And if it is him, well, we gotta pay him a visit. And, Captain, hope you're listening.
Yes.
Maybe he may have some useful stuff for us. Not sure about money. Rhett was never really a money person, but maybe money. Pat's on Captain's head.
I could always go for some more gold, he says. And he says,
Yeah.
Anyways,
pivots around, slips and falls on his back, because he pivoted in the sand too deep. Slips and falls on his back, quickly gets up, dusts himself off, and starts angrily marching himself to the back to the boat.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Bastion comes
As,
back with a
as he
yeah.
as he walks away, the smell of rotted fish will not leave his nose.
Oh, you didn't do what I think you just did.
What is that?
She cast prestidigitation and created the smell of rotted fish.
He just throws up over this, like, into the ocean as he's walking across the docks.
But
Magdial here. Dump my booze overboard again and see what happens.
Britlin, you'd have noticed that Lena is, kind of sitting next to you. So we're going to be visiting this friend of yours.
yeah, I think you may have met him. Rhett, I remember. If I remember correctly.
Rhett. Yes, I do remember him.
I kind of remember him as an odd fellow.
He
Good.
was an odd fellow. He said he didn't want to, live with us. But I'm glad that we're going to go visit him. Yes, I would like to see him.
He was the main reason I think I know him so much about certain tools, such as mines and stuff. He's good mechanic, I remember. Good mechanic.
I believe he was too. Well, I mean, if we're going to go there, let's get back up on the ship and go.
Let's not keep him waiting then.
Yes.
He says, well, Bastion comes over with a bunch of crates in hand. I got more booze.
And Magdi looks at that one.
Maybe
Is that the good booze or the bad booze?
It's the ones that he mixed together to make better booze.
No, she was actually asking him that, not.
He was asking Britlin, not
It was in
Bastion.
character question.
Yeah, Magdi was asking Bastion the question.
Oh, yes. Well, no, Bastion does go, this is, like, the best stuff I could find. Good for mixing together.
Ah, okay. Just
Hmm.
make sure the captain doesn't pitch that overboard again.
Yes, I'll put it somewhere else. But everywhere else was an insufficient place for it.
Just, we're leaving Bastion.
Okay, he says, what stuff? Like, trying to walk up with all these crates.
The captain's, like, on the deck, like, untying the, some of the sails and, like, getting them ready and stuff like that, and he
He
looks
sees
up
his
at
tiny little
Bastion.
tower crates rising above, and he just sees Bastion walking over.
What?
Greetings, Captain.
Are you bringing aboard, Bastion?
Multiple types of mixable boozes.
He just face palms and says,
This is
as long as they're not left in my cabin, I guess they can stay aboard.
the cabin was the most sufficient place, but I'll try to find somewhere else.
If you need to, you can put them in the hold down below next to the brig.
Okay, Captain. But if you throw this over, I will start using your money for this.
Oh,
He says, you touch my gold, and I will have you strung up on the mast.
You string him up on the mast, and I'll make sure that you're hanging from the highest hook.
You know, it seems to me, Captain, that you're not really in a position to posture. Moxie says, just walking onto the ship and
Past him while
up to
drinking
where,
a bottle.
by the-
Taking a bottle out of the crate and just
Yeah.
go... yeah.
Yeah. She pulls a bottle out and just starts downing it as she walks walks up towards the wheel.
You just drink one
And
from
the
Bastion's
captain
crates, and you
just... The captain
yeah.
just says...
Yeah. She popped
Not-
it open and took a bottle.
and you think to yourself, what does the captain mean these taste bad? These taste good.
Yeah.
Captain just has bad taste.
The captain just goes over to the anchor and starts raising it himself. Like the other three skeletons are just like completely like they're more interested in like trying to figure out how to uncork the bottles or pop the caps on the bottles.
Bernira climbs ramp.
Bernira, welcome aboard.
Ship. Skeletons. Weigh anchor.
They like still three of them are like still like downing like the empty bottles are empty because they have nothing in them because they were already consumed by someone else, and they're just like pretending to do it, like throwing back bottles, and they're like, we're on lunch break, Captain.
Alexa goes, fine, I'll do it if these lazy bones won't.
We're not
Now,
lazy
Alexo-
bones.
Alstrom's gonna
Alexo.
come on board, and as soon as it becomes apparent that the skeleton crew isn't working, he's gonna like just quietly slink off to the chart room so that he's not like visible for.
No,
to-
Alexo,
What is it?
it's fine.
Okay. He just stops, like, pulling the anchor, and, like, the captain just gets pulled back a little bit. It's like Alexo's strength push, like, spinning it stops.
Skeletons, I gave you an order. Hoist the anchor, or I burn your chest.
Like one sets down the beer bottle, like a loud clank on one of the the crates, and he says, "Fine." He's acting like that stubborn 18-year-old kid who just got told not to do told to do something.
Moxie says, "Do a good job, and I will see to it that the next bottles actually have something in them."
At those words,
He just looks
the
at
other
Brunera like,
the other ones
You
get
just
up
learned
and
to
start
talk.
lumbering over to the anchor.
Moxie, darling, they're skeletons. They're not gonna have any chance of enjoying those drinks. They're dead.
that
Just
doesn't
gonna...
that doesn't mean they don't enjoy the thought. It does. Just because they're dead doesn't mean you can order them around.
The anchor is now raised, and they're looking at looking around for the next thing to do, and Captain says, "Well, you guys can go scrub the deck, and then you can go down and enjoy your bottles." And then
How about this? I have a much better option then. Skeletons, if you do as you're instructed to from now on, I'll find a way to fully revive you back to your mortal life. No questions asked. Understood?
you hear nodding of heads and clinking of bones, "Yes, master. Yes, master. Yes, master."
Then get to work.
They go grab as many
Hey, what's-
buckets as they can, and they start swabbing that deck like it's literally.
See, was
I
that
need.
so hard?
I need.
get-
Not Arkham, but what is it? Alexo to roll a not a wisdom saving throw, but a constitution saving throw, because they are literally scraping the mildew off of your back.
Yeah,
It's a little
so-
painful.
But yeah,
Done.
Well,
he just
I
looks
was,
at
I was thinking,
Brunera.
He rolled a 17.
You're fine.
Yeah.
well, wouldn't it be like a low roll for pain and a high roll for something else? I'm not going to say on stream.
Or get demonetized. Wait, no
Yeah,
monetization.
let's
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
We're not having
It feels
Alexo do
really
that.
good to have it scraped off.
Just pull the Ghostbusters joke where he goes cross-eyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
it.
So Moxie looks at Brunera and says, "See, you get a happier crew and a more productive one when you're not ordering them like slaves." She says, "Offer them something. They'll do the work for you."
Fine.
With a smile.
He just goes into his captain's quarters
And
and closes the door after hearing that. He's had a long day. But now the ship is
Now you see
slowly
where everyone's
moving away.
captain styles are different.
It starts getting late, I imagine.
No, it is sunrise, so it is about early morning, and no one has cooked any food. The
Damn.
captain has decided not to cook anything because he's in a huff.
Wow. Berlin
That's
is
fine.
just
Moxie will cook.
cook. But Berlin
Yeah.
is just thinking, just sitting around going, so weird I'm gonna eat rat. Something's bothering me.
Moxie, can you roll a intelligence check for me to perform your cooking?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, what is everyone else doing?
Bernera is
16.
actually looking for her second megalodon. because it for some reason is not with us right now, and she doesn't know why.
16 for the cooking.
Alright, so I'll let you decide what you have cooked.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a little
She,
burnt, but it still tastes good.
she's made, you know, the staples. If there's like rations of bacon, she'll make some bacon. Bread, sliced citrus if there is any, limes, lemons, oranges.
Yep.
Yeah, a simple breakfast, but it'll be filling nonetheless. Bread.
Pan-seared fruits. Sounds like an idea to me.
Well,
Yeah.
meanwhile, Bastion's like, you want me to make any amounts of accompanying alcohols with this? Please say no.
Thank you, Avenger, but I don't think that would be sailing up on them just quite yet.
I mean, I could use some decent meat with this, but everything should be to everyone's liking, I hope.
Is at
I'll
this
think of
point that the
something.
captain is in his quarters and he's smelling bacon. He's lying just down on his bed and he says, "Bacon."
He like slowly rolls out of bed.
Yep.
Bacon.
Like he's slowly dragging himself. He's not even moving. He's just dragging forward.
So
Yeah. You'll see. She's sitting at a table with a little plate. She's feeding a little piece of bacon to Ashes, the pseudo dragon, and in her head she's going, "There you go, sweetheart. There you go. Here's some bacon." You know, being all
Well-
sweet and southern
Well,
in her
howdy.
head. In her head.
So, DM, where is
Yes.
my other smaller megalodon?
Your other smaller megalodon is I will DM you.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that can't be good. When the DM says I'll DM you, that hits different.
That does.
Nah. It's alright.
It does hit different.
It's not it, Chief.
Yep.
It's not it.
Do.
All right.
Magdi is on the top deck or top deck.
Can I sense where?
You can sense that it is somewhere nearby, but you can't give a cardinal direction.
Bertlin sees and unless everyone else is done, I'll wait for my scene.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a perception to see if I
My
pinpoint where it's at.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Moxie is just eating.
Ah, come on! I rolled a 8.
You cannot determine where it is, but it's worrying you.
Is the other megalodon aware of where it's happening?
No, I'm gonna say no to that. All it knows is that its friend is in danger and it's showing a little bit of nervousness, but it's trying to figure out where that nervousness is coming from, but can't determine. But it's staying very close to the side of the boat to protect you and the crew. That's how it's showing it's sensing danger. At this point, it is now noontime, and it's starting to become a little bit cloudy. The sun has been blotted out by the clouds.
Bertlin kind of constantly has something on his mind, and he eventually sees Bernera and goes, "Hey, Bernera, you look worried. What's the matter?"
My other megalodon is fighting something.
Is
I don't know where it's at, though.
You know what general direction or no?
No, I don't. I can sense him, but I can't sense where.
Well, I guess what I have to ask is, was a little of a bad time then.
On that
What
cue,
ways?
you just hear ominous music.
Oh no.
As thick fog starts rolling in out of nowhere.
Oh no, my character who's already up on the top deck is guys.
I guess never mind. I was going to ask you something. I haven't. Trouble
What is it,
remembering.
Britland?
I'm having a bit of a memory issue with some things, and I was wondering if you could look through my mind or something. I don't think you can.
It'll have to wait.
Yeah, I know that. He says, well, he kind of, kind of just sits there nervously tapping his staff slightly.
Whoever's
I'm
navigating
going-
needs to roll a nav check.
At the same time, I'm going to roll an Arcana check to see if I can strengthen the connection between me and my Megalith to figure out where he's at.
Okay. I think I would assume I'm the one navigating because I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're up
What-
in the crow's nest.
You're... Well,
I forgot what I
if you're
rolled.
in the crow's
What?
nest, you're going to be rolling at disadvantage because this storm is affecting your compass.
I'd probably. Well, I mean, I'd probably be on the main deck because if no one else is at the wheel,
Right.
I'd probably be monitoring the wheel.
All right. The wheel is
Um,
pushing hard against you, like in Sea of
Ooh,
Thieves kind of
geez.
style.
Ooh, okay.
Like, it's a
what-
very strong storm now. Rain's starting to pelt the deck.
I don't
And
remember
small
what,
hailstones.
What do I roll for nav? I don't remember.
Intelligence and dexterity.
Question: am I rolling with advantage because of my bond, or
You can roll normally. Because the bond has
Okay.
been weakened by this storm, I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, I lucked out.
so that's
Oh,
14 total? Because I rolled an 11.
Alright, a 14. You sense that something is not right nearby, and it's gonna get worse
I rolled
very
a 20,
soon.
23 on the nav check. So
You manage to grip the wheel tight and hold on to it and kind of use all your might to kind of straighten the boat out and keep on course. And this thick fog is becoming thicker and thicker. You can't see like more than 10 feet in front of you. You can't even see the bow of the ship at this point
ooh,
as you've
yeah.
kind of entered the storm. And then you hear a loud roar from below.
Loud what? You kind of cut out.
Loud roar from below. Something
We're
is
not-
nearby, and the ship has come to a dead stop.
Ah, sh-
Okay, guys, Bastion to me.
obliged. He said
Ma-
Volkner.
Moxie will run up top. Ashes still is in her spot.
Rising up from 3 large tentacles rise up from around you on either side of the boat.
No, why?
Well, this is
This
a problem.
thing again.
And the captain starts ringing the bell incessantly as he comes up on deck and says, "Kraken, all hands battle stations."
Oh, no.
Ah!
Mm.
Alexo angry, screaming noises.
You
Okay.
skeletons, span the cannons. As one of these large tentacles slaps the deck, dealing the ship 1d10 worth of damage. I'm gonna have to determine that. Hold on. How much damage? I can get to the area where I roll that. There it is. And there is in character. Two for the aspect of that. The ship is going to take 12 stress damage for the hull. You guys are at 63 hull if you can see that. So you're going to take 12. 63 minus 12 is 50 something, right? I don't have a calculator on me. Can someone help with that?
What was
Fif-
it?
63 minus 12. 51.
51. Yeah.
You guys are at 51 hull. And you are starting to take on a little bit of water down below on the bottom deck. Your ballast, however, is sitting at 45, which is very low. You're running very low in the water, guys.
Guys.
Okay.
It's now your guys' turn.
Uh,
Okay. Well, Rhaenyra's gonna. How far away is the closest tentacle to her?
It is 60 feet.
Perfect. She is going to throw her hand out, snap her fingers, and she's going to cast Shatter.
All right. Roll to hit.
Is Shatter a...
Is it automatic or is it a? I'm trying to remember
No,
this.
it's instantaneous.
Instantaneous. Okay, so roll your damage.
Alright, so... 3d8. So it takes 9 thunder damage.
9 thunder damage. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It doesn't even look phased. As the tentacle, as you just hear like an angry kind of roar below you, and a tentacle rises up through the water. Eighth tentacle, and the first one grabs around the front of the ship and is holding it at the tip of the ship.
Britling goes, wait, guys, the mine! The mine, we got the mine! He says, well, like, pushing barrels aside and pulling the mine out. Mine!
Where do we put it?
We throw it into the creature! We're
All
on
right.
it.
Who's
yeah,
throwing?
Moxie is making her way towards the front of the ship in that tentacle.
All right, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex saving throw or acrobatics test?
If you'd like to use acrobatics, I'll allow it.
Yes, please.
All right.
Dirty 20.
Very nice.
Nice. The tentacle comes
Nice.
like shooting towards you as you just kind of step to the side, grab it, and you now have it in a grapple.
Yep. And then she's going to put a bullet in it.
All right. Roll to hit.
19 to hit.
Yep. Roll your damage.
Okay. Yep. I should have said this before, but I'm spending a grit point for, let me see what it's called again. I believe it's called, class features. It is Violent Shot. When you make a firearm attack against a creature, you can expend 1 or more grit point. For each grit point expended, the attack gains +2 to the misfire score, which I didn't misfire. If the attack hits, you can roll 1 additional damage dice per grit point spent.
Okay.
So,
Roll it.
here we go. And 11 damage.
11 damage.
Yep.
All
and
right.
then I'm going to spend an action surge, and she's going to put another bullet in it.
Roll again.
That would make sense.
24 to hit.
24 hits. Yep.
This is just a normal shot.
Mhm.
And it's 12 damage.
12 damage. All right.
Mhm.
The tentacle kind of like lashes up as you're holding onto it, and it's like flailing in the wind, kind of like as you're like holding onto it, shooting into its carapace or whatever you want to call it.
The fleshiness.
The fleshiness, yeah.
Yes.
And the ship is going to take another stress damage. So I have to roll for that. Let's see. 110 minus 2. 8 stress damage. So 49. And that time it is going to be not hull damage, it's going to be ballast damage. 45 minus 8 is what?
30. Wow. 37. Sorry.
37.
Blanked on that for a moment.
Yep. A loud shattering of wood comes out from below deck, and you hear water pouring in heavily. You've taken 1 breach.
Okay.
Alexa, let that owl just. Ow! Can you get that thing? Can you get this thing off? I'll handle the breaches, I guess. He says, "Well, but the paling is your guy's problem, and the creature."
I have an idea.
Okay.
Ashes? Or not Ashes, Moxie. Sorry, wrong game.
Moxie.
Moxie!
Yep.
Wait, where is she?
She's on top.
Yeah,
she's
she's
being thrown
currently
around right
wrestling-
now, like in. So I'm gonna just quickly cut back to the player screen. Ashes is up here, tied to the tip of this like megalodon's like, not megalodon's, this kraken's like pincer tentacle thing, being thrown about like a crazy
Yeah,
person.
and she's basically got her gun holding it against the thing, just
Unloading.
unloading it.
Yep.
If you can come back down, I have an idea.
Britlin's just
Chill.
holding this big.
She'll. Let's see. She'll let go, and I'll roll acrobatics. 15. To let go and land on her feet. Basically.
All right. You are actually thrown overboard. You didn't make the
Well,
check.
that's fine.
You're now in the water with the
I'm good with
the inky black water. That ends your turn. Who's next? Britlin?
Britlin can go.
Yep.
Britlin pulls out the mine, the big barrel spikes, and goes, "Okay, I got an idea. Didn't think we were gonna use this late."
It's not primed though. You're gonna have to prime it.
Well, yeah, he pulls the priming thing off. Well, more if he puts it on like the edge of the ship so it doesn't like trigger by pushing the spikes onto the deck.
The ship is rocking back and forth violently.
Yeah. He's like, "Okay, pulling. I know you're supposed to tie a rope to like the arming thing and pull it off when you throw it in the water, but you know, a bit of a desperation." This will hastily pulling the pin off and making sure not to touch the spikes or push the spikes down at all. That would cause it to explode into a fiery explosion.
Yep.
It
Like-
would.
He's like, "As I know, these things are big enough to even blow a giant hole in one of these ships. So, this should probably hurt this thing really
Just
bad."
realized
He says,
something she could have done.
Yeah?
I realized something she could have done. When she was flung out, she could activate Featherfall and actually maneuver herself back to the ship
Oh well.
through the air. Anyway, yeah, she'll stay in the water.
So
Britlin's
the
like, I don't even need to throw it that well. All I need to do is throw it in this general area where its tentacles are coming from.
okay.
Let's do it.
I'm throwing it! The good thing with a mine, it's very passive and just waits to be hit. Bryn's like, "Okay, here we go. Throw." He just yeets it into the water and prays it will, like, hit. That's all. I guess now all the Kraken needs to do is every time it moves a tentacle, it just needs to do a roll to see if it hits the mine or not. That's all
Yep.
the mine does, is makes people need to roll to see if they hit it or not.
Yep.
He also just says, "Hey, Ashes, don't bump into..." Not Ashes, Moxie. He's like,
Moxie.
"Moxie, don't bop. Don't touch that. Don't touch the spikes on that barrel in the water. Or be near it."
Yep.
I'll be back in just a second. Continue on, please.
But
All
he's
right.
like, "Maybe if you can guide the Kraken to hit the barrel, that would be nice. Or try and eat it. I don't know.
Yep.
Try to
The-
hit the barrel would be better off."
All right. Magdi.
Yep, it is my turn. Okay. How far away are these tentacles?
Well, they're in varying positions, so pick a number. 1 through 8.
I want to choose one that's at least 120 feet away from me,
That would be probably number 7.
because I am throwing a guiding bolt
Okay.
to it.
Explain to me what that does.
Hang on. Flashlight streaks forward toward a creature of choice within range, you make a ranged spell attack
Yep.
against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 points of radiant damage. And the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
Okay, so it has advantage or you have advantage?
The next person to attack
You have
it
advantage to hit.
Got it.
has,
got it.
has advantage to hit.
Cool. You know what you get.
Hang on.
Take your time.
Answering my husband.
All right.
Here we go. 16. No, yes, 16.
16. You miss.
I missed?
Ooh.
Yep.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Your
All
bolt
right.
goes wide.
Alright.
And now the tentacle monster, aka Kraken, is going to attack. And thank you for the advantage.
Mhm.
So it is going to grab one of the sails, the main mast, and it's going to try and rip it off.
Wait. What do you mean, thank you for the advantage?
Does it? You said any creature, right? Or is it only allies?
No, allies, dear.
Got it. Never mind.
allies.
It's still going to do the grab of the main mast, though. I just wanted to make sure because you didn't specify, so I thank you for clarifying. All right, so it's going to Alexo. You're going to have to roll a D10 for me.
Okay.
Alexo, are you there?
Yep.
All right, roll me a D10.
D10, 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 D10. That's a D10. D10 5.
All right, the ship is going to take 5 more stress to its hull, and going to bring you down to 46 damage, I believe. Yep. So now the hull is it's not good. Like, multiple hull breaches, at least 2 more. So you're down to 3 hull breaches, and the main mast has fallen.
As this is happening, Bastion turns to Magda and goes, we have to leave. We have to escape.
Bastion, you need to attack that. Yes, we need to leave, but we need to get away from that first.
Okay. Attacking.
Attack. Yep.
Yay! Bastion gets to attack now when it's his turn.
Yep.
Yep. Keep in mind, guys, just since you guys haven't been really dealing with the bilging or anything like that, so
Yeah,
just
well,
reminding
We're
you
gonna
guys.
slow it down.
Yeah, you
we're
can slow it
kinda
down,
busy
but
trying to attack this thing.
yep. But here's the thing: if your ship sinks,
Well,
yep.
Shouldn't the skeletons be
Yep.
bilging the ship though?
They are bilging, but they're struggling to keep up with the amount of water pouring in.
in other words, you need somebody to
Yep.
go down and help. Okay.
Yep. Because like they've just abandoned the cannons at this point and have like all gone to bilge. And
I've still got a
planks.
turn coming up, so I'll probably do that
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So.
Yep. All right.
Has Brunera gotten close enough to one of the tentacles that are latched on?
One of the tentacles has just ripped the main mast off and is pulling it under the water. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but
Okay.
have I gotten close enough to one of the ones that are latched on?
Near the front of the bow. Yeah, you're close to the bow now. The one that picked up Magda and tossed her over is now kind of like sinking back towards
Moxie.
the Moxie. Sorry. Yep.
But one of the ones that are still latched onto the ship itself.
Yeah, there's one in the back. So one back like over near here where you can kind of see like the wheel. This one that was
Which
originally across the middle, and there's one that's near the front of the bow. If you look at the stream image, the bow's the tip of the little front on the right, and then the anchors are on the front, and then you have the wheel at the top
Hang
back
on
here.
just a second. I gotta deal with this ad.
Oh yeah. Or you can just look through Discord, because I'm pumping it through Discord too.
Oh, he's probably got Discord on his phone, so.
Yeah.
But Kenny, I text you something real quick.
Let me check. Hold on.
Okay, so Rhaenyra is closer to the wheel where she's at. So yeah, so she'll approach the tentacle that's on the back of the ship.
All right. Approach the tentacle.
She places a hand on it and she's going to roll. I guess she's going to roll Arcana to try to speak to it.
Yeah.
Would that be? Since this creature is obviously, you know, a sentient being to be attacking
Yes. You can.
Okay.
Roll me a wisdom check at and I'll tell you if you beat the DC or not. Can't tell you what it is, but I will have you roll.
So, do I roll the Arcana first?
Roll the Arcana first. Well, actually, roll the wisdom check first to see if you can get the Arcana to trigger and if it will be effective or not.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
that is a 14 on the Wisdom check.
This creature is, from what you can tell, based on your your past experiences with these types of creatures, this one is definitely showing some kind of resistance to any Arcana.
Could I roll the Arcana anyway to
You can, yeah.
try to get through it?
Yep.
Okay. Come on. Good roll, please. Good roll.
I will.
Reach in a handbag.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 15.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. The DC was 18 on that one.
Yeah, I'm getting shite rolls, and I don't like it.
Okay. So, the Kraken is now going to start trying to not pull the ship under, but it is trying to pull at, like, rip the ship apart, like, from end to end, like, snap it in half.
Is this,
Oh.
is it, Kenny, is this my cue?
Yes. Loud lightning strike goes off.
yeah.
Off
Oh,
in the
no.
distance.
Okay, wait, no, I have an idea what happens.
Go ahead.
Basically, all of a sudden, you guys hear a loud, like, almost, like, steam whistle in the distance.
Okay.
As all of a sudden, you hear a loud sound of pretty large sounding cannon go off. As you see
Okay.
this large cannonball thing smoldering in the air land into the water next to the Kraken. As all of the Kraken's tentacles tense up.
It is
And it seems
eerily calm in the water, like even the
Yeah.
epic battle music stops.
Wait, is there someone in the water?
Yes?
Yeah, Moxie.
Yes, someone's in the
okay.
water.
As you're in the water, you kind of feel like the water around you is getting weirdly, like, it's hard to describe. It almost feels like hot cold. Whatever it is, you feel like you want to get out of the water.
No,
So-
really?
It's getting like really
Uh,
like this uncomfortable burning-ish feeling. It feels like you're burning, but also feels like the same feeling when you're really cold, like burning. Feels like both.
Yeah, she'll I mean, first, you'll see the pseudo dragon kind of fly out from where it was, and then she'll make her way back
Mhm.
and swim, and here's a survival roll for that. And I got a 21.
You manage to make it to the ladder of the ship and climb aboard.
Yeah. As you look, your clothes are completely like almost melted, almost.
Yeah, she just looks around at all the men that are on the deck and just say, yes, enjoy the show, because it's not going to last long. And she'll cast mending on herself, at little parts, and just mend her clothing.
Yep.
But the tentacles
Fan
like,
service averted.
like oh god.
Right.
But like,
Oh no, they got it. They got
fair
it.
enough,
It
fair
just
enough.
didn't
Got
stick
it.
around.
yeah. But like the tentacles like shake and vibrate as they let go, and like you hear like this almost wail as like steam starts coming out of like some like random holes that form on some of the tentacles. As the tentacles sink into the water and the ink slowly subsides. Well,
Great.
that was.
The fog is
interesting.
still there, but like there's no like. It's just a really bad storm right now.
Yeah.
But like the storm
You
has come
see-
to a
yeah.
calm.
Yeah. As you look in the
She has
fog,
also started mending her gun.
ah yes. But you look into the fog and you see some sort of light almost. As you see a full whole ass one of those paddle steamboats with a large cannon on the front come out from the fog.
The captain says,
Is that
"What is that?"
I
I'll
was
be
just about
damned.
to ask that, Captain.
Brittle says like I'll be damned and looks at his friend that I forgot the name of.
Lena.
Rit.
You know who this is? This can only be the handiwork of one person we know.
I don't care who.
I
met
do.
Donna. Pretty
What is he
furious.
doing this far?
Not sure. You hear like a small bell as the door opens, and you see this very like tool like filled. Actually, no. Well, yeah. You just see him stumble out, and you just see him. Hey guys! Hey Bretlin! Brett, what are you doing way out here? I thought you were waiting. Well, I seen the fog come in. I kind of had a feeling people were having some trouble. Didn't know we were going to find you out here.
Uh,
What? Oh my! This is what you have been doing with yourself?
Yeah! Didn't expect to find you two out here.
Well, Bretlin found me in a cursed map. It's a long story. We'll tell you when you lead us back. And
Sure.
she gives a winning smile.
Like he's wearing this like welding helmet, not a helmet, but welding mask kind of
I-
thing.
this thing that he launched into the water, Megalodon, been affected by it.
Does the Megalodon get affected by it?
Yeah. Because if
Um,
it wounded my Megalodon, there was gonna be.
What does it
pissed.
do?
Basically it launched what seemingly some sort of acid into the
Then
water.
yes.
That, like
Yes.
spreads through water quickly.
The,
Well, more
the-
spreads by salt, and it's salt water, so yeah.
Yeah, so the Megalodon is a little bit agitated. Like its skin
Yeah,
is
not
a little bit
extremely,
barnacly.
but yeah. It's a little, it hurts a little bit. Like it needs
Yeah.
to back away from the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough to really cause it to steam and die, though.
Can I feel the frustration of my?
The pain. It hurts.
Luckily, I found you guys. Luckily, I got this
Red
thing.
needs to
this
roll a
weapon.
perception check.
I think he's too like focused on Britlin and
Lena.
Moxie will though.
Go ahead, Moxie.
30, 20.
You can see the anger and absolute righteous ocean level fury rising in
Yep.
Rhaenyra's eyes. She's pissed.
Yeah, Moxie just turns and walks towards her and says, "Don't do anything stupid. This man just saved our lives."
In the process, he hurt my Megalodon.
Alexa goes, that kind of seemed like a blind
That's-
fire, so I'm not sure if he even noticed your Megalodon was there.
Yes, people get hurt. It happens. Learn to manage your anger better, she says, and she walks off.
Very good.
Very good.
All right. Next.
Magdi will look over at Bastion. Well, that was interesting. Let's go down and help them fix the ship. Come on. And
Yeah.
she does the come here thing with the
That's
finger,
where-
and yeah, she's going down and
That's where Moxie is headed as well. She's gonna start trying to find pieces of wood and cast mending to try and patch up the holes.
Yep.
As
Yeah.
you enter the bottom deck, the water is up to your shoulders.
Yeah. Asteron's gonna start bucketing.
Yep.
Yeah, you
You
get
just
the
see
bucketing
you just
going.
see one of the skeletons like doing backstroke in the water.
You're supposed to be
Yeah,
pale.
Moxie will actually take the time and dive under the water and patch it up so that while they're bucketing, more water isn't just flooding in.
All
Because
right.
that seems
Roll a
counterproductive.
roll me 2d10s.
Because yeah, she's also doing this with magic, so hopefully that helps a lot too.
Rhaenyra is also going to work her way
12.
down below deck to help out with building the wall.
I got 12 on the 2d10.
Rhaenyra down below to help us.
What'd you roll for the other d10?
Do I roll a d10 for ballast too? then,
Sure.
or-
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Because she did hull. No, she did ballast, so you're doing hull. Repair.
she did
I was
hull.
gonna do. I
She
was
was
gonna do
mending the
ballast.
hull.
Okay, so I'll take this roll then.
Okay. I rolled a 7.
7. Okay, so 56.
Kenny, did you hear me?
She
When I
No,
said
no, I did not.
Rhaenyra is coming down below deck to help too.
Yep.
The
Her,
water.
her dress kind of just floats in the water. As she's kind of like waiting in the water as it's slowly draining, but there's still a lot of water down here.
Okay, gonna roll an Arcana check. Come on, baby, give me a good roll. Really?
Really?
Screw you, dice gods. You're being an asshole.
Hmm.
Oh! Really?
What did you roll?
I just rolled a bloody 7 and with my Arcana +3. That wouldn't have worked for what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true. Do I also need to roll? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm.
Everyone
Okay,
who's paling or
What am I
Patching.
rolling?
roll a d10 for the ship's.
Just 1d10?
If you're doing both tasks, it's 2d10.
Well, yeah, she's kind of doing both tasks.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
Then roll 2d10 separately. Give me value of each. We'll start with the ballast. Roll.
I'm going to add to what Mag just said about the dice gods. Freak you, dice gods!
Mm.
I had a 1.
49. Yeah, there's a lot. This hole is very big. You're probably gonna have to go on the outside of the ship to fix the
More than
opposite
likely,
side.
I'm rolling again for
Yep.
the other thing.
Yep.
Freak you, dice gods!
Do we get another whiff?
I rolled another 1.
57. Yeah, this hole that you're working on is just like you've either run out of boards, the boards aren't long enough, or something is just not working with this.
I'm going to start paling.
The water is now like up to your like up to your neck, and you're having to tread water just to stay
Dear,
above.
dear, I'm 7 foot tall.
Okay, so then the water's up to your elbow.
Thank you.
Yep, I forgot about that part.
She is going to start bailing.
Yep.
Maybe that will help. Bail.
Ye- Yeah, Moxie is still going because it's a cantrip. She's gonna continue, very slowly making headway.
Yep. The water is slowly like draining, but
Yeah.
it's now down
Yeah.
to like your
So
your waist.
But,
Okay, well, she still has to like go down underwater to
Yeah.
like see the hole and such.
Mhm.
So about every minute and a half, you'll see her go under, pop up for 20 seconds, and then go back down. Another minute and a half later, she does it again.
Yep.
But
Uh,
meanwhile on the top, Rhett just looks at the ship and goes, "Hey, where's your captain?"
The captain's
Where's Captain? There he is.
the captain comes out of the from below deck and says, notices the missing mainmast and says, "What happened to? Never mind."
My friend Rhett over here is asking for you.
Yes.
Over to Rhett on his large paddle boat, on his paddle steam boat.
He's like holding one of those like old-fashioned megaphones. Captain Wilcock here. Your name is Rhett.
Yep. My
The
name
wind,
is Rhett,
the
and
wind
this
is
my
howling
ship.
around us. So,
Yeah.
could you possibly tow us into safe harbor? We seem to have lost our mainsail.
Yep. This thing can haul all sorts of things, so don't you worry, I got you.
And he
Just gotta
motions
set
to the
this
two
thing up.
skeletons, and he says, "You two, man the harpoons and latch on to the allied ship, and see if they can do it."
He goes, "No need, I got it." He says, "Well, the steamboat
Never
gets
mind.
behind the ship."
Yep.
He probably, because you look and you realize the ship is still made of wood, but you probably would hit something vital if you try to harpoon it.
Yeah,
'Cause there's a
probably.
lot of pipes.
Yep.
But it gets behind the ship, and you hear like a attaching noise as all of a sudden the ship is starting to move backwards, of course, because his boat's behind yours.
Is there a sound? Beep, beep.
No, there's no. He's not backing up. He's moving forward. He latched the back of his. to
Oh,
the back
okay.
of yours.
Got it. Yep. Sorry. I just wanted to do that just for shits and giggles.
I'm pretty sure the steamboat
Yeah.
is a complete enigma to
Yeah.
to the captain.
Yeah, he's like, how in...
It doesn't have sails.
Where are your... He just shouts over the megaphone. How does your ship move? It doesn't have any wind power. It's not under sail.
He goes, "No, sir. It's all steam power.
Come again?
Steam power. It uses wood and water. It heats up the water into steam."
Oh my god, I never thought that would be a possibility.
And I use that steam to paddle these, to use these giant into wheel paddles. All the power you need. No need to rely on the wind.
He just, like, looks at his, like, tethered sails and he just says, "Huh." And then he says, "Well, we better batten down the hatches. You two," points to two skeletons, "down below deck. We have patching work to do. Also, are we on course?" He looks at Astrum.
I'll like glance sidelong as the captain as I dump like another bucket over the side.
Yep.
One moment, please.
Roll
then
me
I'll
intelligence
yeah, I'll
check.
go back. Alrighty.
If you
I'll
like
go
to
back
check.
up. Yeah, no, I'll check that out.
Mhm.
Intelligence. Oh,
What'd you roll?
we're back to that then. I rolled a 4.
All right,
Curse you, Dice God!
I will tell you this much. You've gone way off course. You are now in the very heart of the empty
No.
sea.
No, actually, where Rhett lives is where we're supposed to be going in the first
Well,
place.
yes, but you're like entering the inner layer of the empty sea,
go-
and he's pulling you out. He's pulling you out.
Yeah. he's
Okay.
doing that.
Yeah, but you drifted so far into the empty sea that Kraken decided to be like, "Ooh, lunch."
Yeah. You went too close to the NPC.
I will. I'll look in all directions and then I'll remark. We would appear to be in the empty sea, Captain.
The captain just says, like, you just see like one eyebrow raise, and he says, "That's not good. What's our heading?" I'll just let you pick a cardinal direction.
I point vaguely. Well, I rolled a 4, so I just
Yeah.
kind of point vaguely.
He says, there's like kind of like the light shining off in the distance as like the clouds are parting and the ship's being pulled in that direction. He says, "Well, it's better than nothing." He says, "Good work, Astrum. pat you on the shoulder. This is I'll be in my captain's quarters, getting some more buckets.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Roll again. Roll again to bail.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I'll resume bailing as well.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Yeah, you're gonna have to climb out of that, out on the side of the hull with a rope and fix that.
I am
seven.
bailing. I'm not fixing.
Oh, well, yeah, you splash the water back into the boat accidentally. You hit one of the
Right, I
skeletons in the face with water. The skeleton's just holding a pail and he's just like, "You wanna go?"
Are you even bailing?
He just holds up an empty thing and just dumps it on his head.
She's holding a bucket with like just a hole in the like bottom.
Yeah, hole in the bottom.
Okay.
No.
Okay, she's gonna. She's continuing to bail.
Yep.
Bail.
Well, I rolled a 7 on my bailing, by the way.
You manage to get
Okay.
some water out, but like the rain is just causing. Captain comes down with like a very large bucket and like a hose kind of thing that he, you know where this hose came from, but he's like pumping the water with the hose in this special like metal contraption that he bought at one of the local stores.
He found on ye old Amazon.
Ye olde Amazon, yeah.
Ye old Amazon.
Yes.
Hey, I mean, it's better than
Well-
Moxie's plan, which was to continuously cast Firebolt until the water boiled out after she fixed it.
Yeah, that would have
Well,
caused a lot of damage
wait.
to.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
by the way, I rolled a 5, so
Oh.
Wouldn't that be your eBay pirates?
thank you. Thank you.
Yar fiddly.
Yep.
eBay is just for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would imagine the combination of all of us bailing. That's just thank you, Lemon.
Rhaenyra is going to attempt one more time to do what she was going to do because first time.
Go ahead.
Really, Dice Gods? You're gonna be that mean to me today?
Hey, they've already been mean to me, and I rolled 2 1s in a row.
I just rolled a 7 again.
Hey, was that on a D20?
Yes.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yep. We get a lot of whiffs in chat. Yep.
But eventually they get to Rhett's home, I imagine.
Yeah, the storm has subsided. You've just crested out of the this thick fog, and you can just see the sunshine, and like it's no longer raining. It's like storm is cleared. I'll say about a good solid 2 hours have passed. You have managed to patch majority of the holes, and I'm going to cut back to the ship screen so that I can show you the results of your work. Your ballast is at 68, and your hull is at 80%.
It's respectable.
How much water is still left in the bottom of the ship?
About like up to your kneecaps. For the captain, it's up to his shoulders.
Oh no. I have an idea how to do it. It's gonna be great.
This is taking too.
But eventually, the ship stops. Everyone feels the ship stop. And gets pushed into a bay, pretty much, and Rhett parks.
Yep.
And you guys look out, and you see
Is-
this large, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I'll
That's
do
fine.
the thing after.
But you see, like these, basically outside is pretty much these 2 large, like stone spikes. Seem natural, actually, surprisingly, going up, and they're across from each other. And it's pretty much just seems like Rhett built a building in between it, like not even in between it, like under it, but I mean like across, like it's attached to both sides, like suspended. And he also seems like he drilled into some of the spike too, to like make.
The captain looks up and says, Is that safe?
Yeah, pretty safe to me. Look at all those supports. There's so many supports you can't even see through them.
He says,
Like in the middle of the structure. It pretty much goes all the way down.
yeah, well, thanks for the rescue. He's hopping
Don't
off
mention
the
it.
ship onto the dock
Say,
or
you
whatever.
still got water in your ship?
He motions to one of the skeleton to hurry down and check on the rest of the crew who are still paling.
If so, I got a little gadget that can help.
You're just like weakly bailing, like you're just out of energy. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Who?
Magdi.
Constitution saving throw, do you say?
Yeah, or a Wisdom saving throw. I'll take either or.
I'll do Constitution.
Yep.
It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
Now, why couldn't you have done that on... Well, 23.
23, nice. Even though you're tired, you have managed to push through with all your like last ounce of energy to get all the water out of the ship, like except for just like a small little bit of water at your feet. And you did it all by yourself. The skeletons didn't even help.
I look at the skeletons and go, do you see what I just did for you? I just did your job. Now.
They just all head up to the top deck with bottles in their hands.
We got bottles!
I need to find a bar. As I said,
Welcome.
keep back up the stairs.
Moxie, who's still soaking wet, just kind of puts her hand on Magdi's shoulder and says, "Welcome to the life of a pirate." And she'll climb up to the top deck.
But yeah, but you see this entire site, not just you see the steamboat, but you'll see this entire like building structure on the two giant stone spikes with some pipes running along them. Little smokestacks somewhere just dotted around.
How do we get from here to there?
Howdy, everyone! Rhett says while waving.
And the captain says,
Hi.
I don't know, but ask him.
Your name is
My name is Rhett. But
Rick.
how do you do? He says, well, like, pretty much going to shake your hands with his, like, his large engineer glove that's, like, made of, like, some sort of, like, material.
Okay. What is this place?
Welcome to my home. Also my workshop. A lot of other things, really.
So how
It's
did
also
we
kind
get...
of an outpost.
Well, an outpost.
Kind of. People do sometimes pull around here. They don't stay very often, usually.
Does it have a bar?
I think it's maybe. I don't know. I don't have any use for
Let me
one.
rephrase that. Does it have a tavern? Let's.
Well, I'm pretty much the only person that resides here, so I have no use for one, but I think I do have one, like a self-serving one.
Oh. I think you're speaking my language.
Bastion just goes, oh boy.
Bernira is
Hmm?
on top deck.
What is it, Bernie?
Rhaenyra's on top deck.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been the last one to come up.
Brett's just standing there proudly, as usual.
The three
Rhaenyra
skeletons
goes-
come up too, and they're just like casually sitting around, like playing cards and like on one of the barrels, just pretending to drink and enjoy themselves. The captain just looks at them and is like, "I am going to have a bone to pick with those ones."
That's pun.
Why? For entertaining themselves?
Rhaenyra ignores everyone and goes to the side of the ship and just falls off.
Rhaenyra?
Okay. Rhett just says, while hearing the splash.
He looks over the edge. Rhaenyra, are you okay?
He hurt that thing, whatever he did, hurt one of her little pets. He's taking it hard.
Oh. Well, I didn't see anything. I kind of vaguely seen the tentacles and shot near them.
It was under the water. It's a rather large shark creature.
Shark creature. I never heard of anyone making a pet out of one of them. Well, to each your own.
We're docked
Brunera
now.
is an odd sort.
Yes, we are docked.
Okay. Ostrom's he's gonna go ashore, but he's gonna do it like discreetly.
As discreetly as you can in broad
Uh,
daylight.
Question.
Yeah, granted.
Is
Roll a
the
stealth
other
check.
Megalodon, the smaller one, is it okay or is it
It
gone?
is. So, you see, and I'm going to do a little scene with you and the rest of the crew. Pulling and rising up out of the water is a very sad megalodon. Pulling its friend, which has unfortunately been claimed by the sea. And
Can I add one feature?
sure.
There are, weirdly enough on it, it's kind of hard to see at first, are these purely made of cracked stone hooks on its fins. That's all I can say.
But it is definitely no longer with you.
Oof.
She's going to swim over to it.
Alright. You swim over to it. And you come up to its large body as it's floating in the water. You see it's been heavily scarred, burned, bitten, every possible unimaginable thing that could inflict damage or pain on this poor megalodon. It has endured and suffered. But it went out ahead and scouted in order to save you and the crew from whatever that Kraken could have done worse. If it weren't for this megalodon going out and doing that, your ship would have been left at sea, unheard of. Never be seen again. All hands lost. As you are touching the megalodon and seeing this memory of, like, the future. As its last, like, dying breaths leave its body in this memory, as the memory fades. What do you do? Brunier.
Well, she's very much angry to the point that everyone on shore needs to roll a perception check.
Okay.
Everyone.
Yeah,
And-
including Red.
Oh
I rolled
no.
a 21 on my stealth, by the way, from earlier.
Okay, first Britlin, because Britlin's the most easiest for perception.
21, you said? Okay, yeah, you definitely managed to get to the, however, it's like this kind of like pulley system, kind of like crank elevator thing that goes up down from the bottom of the
Okay.
docks up to the structure. And I
Okay.
need to roll, so give me a moment.
It's a complicated looking crank system, but before
Yep.
we get to that, gotta
Yep.
Yeah.
double things.
I rolled a 16 on my perception, so.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, Bretlin rolled a 7. That's unfortunate for him.
Yep.
And Bastion managed to roll a 12, and Rhett time. Rhett, you're pretty high on intelligence. You could handle this. Like, you are smart. And your perception rolls off your intelligence. Yay, he rolled a 24. Because intelligence is so high.
Okay, Red sees it. Well,
Yeah.
here's it.
Hang on. Magdi had a 16.
Magdi hears it.
I didn't even roll. Sorry. Yeah, nope. She got a 4.
Wow. Rolled a 4. Okay, so what did Britlin roll?
Britlin rolled a 7.
Okay, he doesn't hear this. The only ones that hear this are Magdi and Red.
But only them two.
y'all hear this pain-filled, fully enraged, sort of semi-muffled, but hauntingly hollow wail come from the ocean.
You're all hear that?
The captain
Brett
just
asks.
turns around and says, "What in blazes was that?"
I believe it was Bernera.
He looks over the side of the ship and says, "Bernera." And he sees the
happened?
sight.
Brett asks.
He just
He
turns
looks
around,
over.
looks over the side, looks back at the crew, and says, "Leave her be. She needs to mourn."
You know what? I
Bernera?
believe it's not my.
Bernera is under the water, like
Well,
she's
yeah.
under the surface,
Yeah.
so she can't hear you.
Well. I wish I could tell her that if she needs to talk to somebody, I'm here. Come on, let's get off the ship and find out what this wonderful person has got for us on
Yep, gotcha. Just follow me. He says, we're walking over. Going. What
Where's-
happened with Bernea? We're looking at Magdi.
Meanwhile, the
Slowly
elevator is slowly rising. Or it's already left.
Who did that? Give me a second. He says we're going over to like a little like lever thing and just slightly pulling it so the elevator goes down.
Comes
And
back down and
Astrum
hops around
sit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he's on it cranking it. He's confused why it's not working.
Yeah, Moxie goes and finds Ashes again, and then we'll walk off the ship.
What are you doing on my elevator?
Making sure it works.
I'm pretty sure it works.
Roll a deception check.
That's fair. That's fair.
I like that it looks like your face is like the type of face you would have like if you got caught with your hands in the cookie jar.
Well, then again, I did
Yep.
roll a 26 on my deception, so.
Yeah, he's very deceptive.
Well, thank you for making sure it works.
You're welcome.
Well, anyways, everyone mostly on board, yeah. Are you sure it can fit everybody? And not fall? I've tested it with many things.
The captain just kind of like tugs on one of the rope rails and he says, "Are you sure this thing's OSHA approved?"
I
OSHA
assure
approved.
you, I've hauled entire machines on this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
They
And
don't.
Magdi hangs on to one of the sides for all she's worth.
Bastion's like, we're probably fine.
I'm glad yeah, you have the confidence
Bastion
for both
just
sides.
looks at the sign on the thing and it says maximum capacity 5,000 pounds.
There's a little ret drawn in the corner with a thumbs up.
Does it start going?
Yeah, there's no fear on Moxie because Moxie knows that if she falls off this thing, she can reactively cast Featherfall.
Ret starts starts turning the little crank as the thing starts going up, and it's surprised. Like it looks like he's not putting much effort in it, surprisingly to everyone. Even there's so many people on it.
There's probably more than 5,000 pounds on this thing.
Someone thinks in their head. It's a lot. Wait. Britain's like, Ret, I know you very believe in engineering, but you think this will hold up? Well, it's going in like butter, so it's probably fine. If we fall, I'll just
Probably,
reinforce
he
it
says.
again. If we fall, I'll just reinforce it again. Again? Berlin just says. You're telling me this fell once? Hey, yeah. Only once.
I'll be right back. Continue on. I desperately need a drink.
Should we
I
do
just
a
thought I
quick
could-
break after that?
Wait, we're taking a break now?
Well, no, after you do the scene.
Well, that serves me right, thinking I was able to haul a pure metal machine up here once. Then I reinforced it. If I had to reinforce it again, it won't be too big a problem. Okay, Britland says. I assure you guys, Rhett probably right. We're probably fine.
Where did you find all these parts? Says the captain.
Floating around, and other times I searched for it, and other times I just forged it myself. Got a bunch of farms on this place, actually.
Interesting. So you live here all alone in the middle of the, well, I wouldn't say the middle, but near the empty sea, right?
Yeah, betcha. FTC's a pretty nasty place, and I've decided this was the most interesting place to go. Anyways, you never know what you're gonna find washing up when you're near the MTC.
True, but is
Entire
it
ships have
extremely
washed up.
dangerous?
Well, yeah. And also that one really wrecked-looking ship. Pretty ghostly, in my opinion. And sails by here every now and then. I usually just turn off
Which
the lights
ship?
and wait until it leaves.
Wait.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Can I roll?
You can assist.
Yeah, I'm gonna assist.
Alright, yeah. My roll is a 6, so I don't know if your assist will help. We'll see.
Well, it means that you get an advantage on it, so...
Oh, I roll again, yep.
Yep, you do.
$20.
Oh, nice.
Dirty 20.
Yes. Hey, I helped!
Yep.
Yeah. You both
Would
realize.
it the ship be go under the flag of it's like a red flag with a skull and crossbones, and the ship's painted black, it looks a little bit ominous, has a bunch of
I
red
think so,
skeleton
yeah.
crew on it.
You mean black?
Black skeleton crew, yep.
Well, I did
What's
see
going
black
on?
I did see black figures with some ominous blue fire torches, and maybe on them as well.
Oh crap.
They kind of come into, I think, the middle. I was tempted to try and stop them, but I thought about it and then decided if they were gonna go in, again, none of my business. Anyways, they look kind of scary.
Do they go in, like, routinely?
Yeah, they seem to come in often. Sometimes they have a huge amount of supplies, and then they leave with no supplies.
Do you know where those supplies are going?
I have no idea where it is. I'm not sure if there's any islands in well, the MDC.
What direction were they headed?
I'll show you when we get up top.
Right, you're like 2/3 the way there.
Yeah, like he kind of switches arms. Ooh, that's a lot of cranking.
Magdi, if you would like to roll a Constitution. You can see the horizon line now.
That's we're rising slowly.
Yep.
I hope you have your wings. Fashion just says.
Moxie does actually think about jumping off of this thing, off the top of it.
You think it is?
You know, like
Why?
base jump off of it. Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Meanwhile,
She
there's a
goes,
sign
"Huh."
on the there's a sign that says, "Please keep all hams, arms, appendages, and various extremities inside the ride at all times."
She just kind of looks and then looks at Rit and says, "Is there access to the roof area?"
Yeah, mainly for expanding purposes, though.
Eh,
If I need to go up any further. I almost always do. I always find myself running out of room these days.
She nods. She has this look that she is contemplating doing something extremely stupid.
Captain looks
But
at her.
how was your guys' adventures before I find you guys?
We recently battled a ship, which is very similar to the one you just described, Rhett.
Oh?
Yeah.
Are they a problem
Yeah.
for you guys?
They are, yes. You could say that again.
Boy, they're a problem.
Ah.
And before that, I found out that I don't like hi.
Well,
She
don't
happens to
worry.
look- She happens to
The
look
horizon
down.
line is doing this.
She I don't like heights.
Oh,
You know what?
use-
I know how
use
to
this
cure this,
bag.
Magdi. I know how to cure this.
I
What
had
we're
a
going to
12.
do?
I had a 12 on my wisdom save, so
Yeah, she
she is
passes out.
no.
Oh.
She slowly slides down after
Yep.
she's looked down,
Yep.
and is just kind of going.
But Bastion is just like holding her.
Yes.
We can.
I do not like heights. I do not like heights. No.
Ah. Well, just look in the center of the platform. There's no
There's-
holes or anything on the platform.
Oh.
Yes, I know there's no holes in the platform. I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed, and when we get
You know,
to
we can solve this height problem of yours if you'd like.
if it involves me falling off of said height, no thank you.
She shrugs.
She shrugs. Shove. Just kidding.
Oh. No,
Oh boy.
but
Well, she would have to roll a strength check because
Yeah, I
she'd
know.
have to
That's
be pushing
Bastion.
the 7-foot tall furbolg off the thing, and forcing that same furbolg out of Sebastian's grasp.
That's true,
Yeah.
which we're not doing, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
that's
a
why she
big
just shrugged.
strength
She's
check.
just like,
eventually the elevator stops with a ding, and Rhett just goes, "Okay, good for my arm." He says, "Well, like it automatically hear like a little locking noise while the thing kind of you can feel the whole thing locking in place." And goes, "Okay, hey, everyone off the elevator."
she looks and says, "Is there another activation for that thing at the bottom?"
I think so, yeah. You can bring the elevator
Okay.
back down, yes. It's how I got this thing back down when it was moving on its own. Looks
She
at
nods.
him.
She nods. She's by about how tall is this thing? Height wise.
This whole thing. Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty darn tall. Like it's almost as high as like a average day, like almost eight-story building.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Very tall place.
Okay, so yeah, I can do this. She'll go to the. She's gonna go. I'm gonna go get some air. Is there which way is the roof access?
It's over there in my workshop, I believe. Don't touch anything.
She nods, and she walks. She walks and she goes up. And if there's windows in front or whatever, you just see a falling redhead.
She just
And
falls.
she casts, yeah, and it takes her, and she casts Featherfall on herself, so she slows herself down.
Just like
But
Rhett's
yeah,
about to
she
toss
basically,
this.
she just jumps off. Yeah.
It's like Rhett's like, so you're wondering, so you're probably wondering why I got you. Is that your friend?
The caption in parentheses, falling in redhead.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably fine. Anyways, he's
About
welcome to my
5 minutes
place.
later, the elevator will go down and come back up.
Yeah. It's like, welcome to my place. It has everything I need, and yeah.
Okay.
Really goes,
Just-
okay.
Is that a forge? The captain
Yeah,
runs
it's a
over to the forge.
Like I said, I have everything I need in here.
Magdi looks at Brett and goes, "Okay, as long as I don't look down."
Well, there's only
Fine.
windows in here. Just don't look out the windows.
I think I can do that as she walks towards the center of the room. I think I can do that. I just got my sea legs.
Well, time to get your height legs. Bastion just says in the background.
Bastion,
Yes.
you're a bastard.
It rhymes, so I'm just going to take it as a compliment. It does not rhyme. At the beginning of the word, it does. Fine. Bastion.
Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, Lena's also up here, good, and it's having a great delight looking out the windows and going, "Oh my goodness, I can see stuff from here."
I've always wanted to see you guys.
Again,
always
another
see your guys'
redhead.
reactions. Wow. But he just like
Whee!
looks at.
Yeah. She can do it twice. She'll do it twice and then come back up and stay.
She's looking out the windows. She's just kind of she's running around giddy, going from window to window. She's not looking at the stuff in your in Rhett's workshop. She's just looking out.
Well, I'm glad you like the
Uh,
height view.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's wonderful. Wow.
Brenton's like, all this stuff is pretty interesting.
hmm
So, does Lena have a character sheet?
No. But
No.
Because she's just an NPC right at the moment. You want her to roll a perception, don't you?
check,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. I'll just go ahead
Because
and
she's
roll
obviously
that.
looking out and down at everything going on. So,
Lena is very perceptive, so she is the one looking out. She rolled a nat 20.
she sees on the beach below,
Uh-huh.
in the length of time that it's taken everybody to get up there and whatnot. So from the time that she started looking out the window to the
Uh-huh.
time that Ash or Moxie has come back up for the last time, you see Rhaenyra on the beach with a very much dead small megalodon.
Oh my.
What is it?
Captain runs over to the window, holding a sword that is obviously not his.
Hey! Rhett just says.
I do believe that your friend the sea queen is very sad. I think one of her friends has died.
Oh. That's.
Oh.
I don't think any of us noticed that.
Well, I mean, I think most of you are running around on the ship to notice that. I was
Captain
hiding.
says-
I was hiding in the cruise quarters so that I wouldn't get hurt.
The captain kind of looks out the window and says, "She does look lonely and very upset. Perhaps we should go down and talk to her?"
Magdi will stab open her eyes, look at Batchet. You stay here. Walks back to the elevator, obviously nonchalantly.
Looks at the controls.
Looks at the controls. Goes, which
it's
one
just
of
like,
these is getting me down?
push the release button. It automatic. I made it so it automatically, when it gets going down, doesn't just go down full gravity.
Right, and she pushes the release button and it goes down.
You feel the thing can chunk as it just starts sliding downwards. Not extremely fast, but you can feel it's being suppressed speed-wise.
Yep.
It's just...
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a long rest, but she'll do. She'll say if you'd since she took the elevator, come along, and she'll pick up the captain by the scruff of the neck, and she will jump off of the building with the captain in her hand.
There's a crank that'll raise the elevator back up. Okay.
You just see the elevator like going down. It's like, but we could have taken the. He just kind of like, while his shoulders like this, he's just kind of limply like going like this, and he's like, fine. As you're holding him from like his neck,
yeah.
from like the back
Yeah,
of his
she'll.
shirt.
Yeah, when she jumps off, she'll cast Featherfall on the both of you and let the captain go, and you just kind of float down like a leaf.
I never knew this would be so fun. Whee! The captain's like,
Right?
the captain's like, what do you call this? What do you call this form of enjoyment? Sky something.
I just call it jumping off things. She's
will call
actually
it
dropped her accent
skydiving.
for just the split.
I will call it skydiving because it sounds cool, says the captain.
She nods.
That-
But,
We will
it's-
beat
it-
Magdi down.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. Who was going to get down to Magdi? Who's going to get down to Bernera first?
Rest just
Yeah, because she would have waited for just a little bit, so her and the captain would have met terminal, like just about terminal velocity before she cast the spell. So they would have been dropping very quickly at first.
Yeah, because the impact
Kind
of
of like
y'all
a
hitting the
parachute.
water would have killed you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she basically they jumped off and she cast the spell as a parachute.
Yep.
So they were literally skydiving. Yes.
Brett just goes, "Oh dear. I guess everyone's very concerned about that, isn't it?" "Oh yes, even I am."
By the way,
Well,
the sword is still in his hand, in the captain's hand as he's skydiving.
I
It
hope he
took-
doesn't. He just goes, "I hope he doesn't push that button." "What does that button do?" "You know me, Rat. You and you
Booby
making-
trapped sword.
You know what they say, Rhett. If it ain't broke, don't fix it." Well, I wanted to fix it. It was kind of boring. So I did.
Why does Rip Rat remind me of that derpy, nerdy, like super intelligent kid that when left alone long enough will build his own empire?
That is Rhett.
All
Rhett
right,
is an unstoppable force.
Magdi, you're on the elevator,
Okay.
going down, and it has now reached the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
When she walks out. Okay, where is Bernera at this point?
She's not next to the boat. She's closer to the rocks.
The wind is very strong here, like a very stiff, cold breeze is blowing.
A very cold ocean breeze.
Yes.
Magdi will walk up to Bernera. Bernera? Are you alright?
Her hands are folded around her, I guess her knees, under the dress, and she is sobbing.
Bernera.
You look to your right, and on the rocks, you see the smaller blue and white megalodon basically in a heap of scarred flesh from various hooks and stuff in it. But this is a
Thank you.
smaller one, not the big one.
Magdi looks over. And then looks back. Magdi?
Me and Brunera, right?
I mean, Bernera. Bleh. Sorry. Bernera?
No response. She cannot hear you over her own sobbing.
And Magdi will just kind of... Are you sitting?
She is slumped on the ground, sitting, yes.
Okay.
But she's a heap on the ground.
Yeah, well, Magdi will sit next to Bernera. Put a arm over a far shoulder. I'll just kind of do doing the rubbing on very lightly rubbing on that one shoulder.
Your fingers are slowly getting covered in slime.
Magdi doesn't care.
And seaweed.
Honestly, Magdi does not care. This is her friend. She is in pain.
It is at this moment that the captain touches down with the sword. And he puts the sword on his back and he says, "That feels a good place to put it. Now let's go help our friend." As he trots over,
Excuse me.
noticing Magdi sitting next to Bernera, says, Bernira. Does she respond?
No response.
He just kind of saddles up alongside the other side of Bernira, and just pulls out a bottle of whiskey that he's been hiding on himself, and starts slowly drinking it out of the flask. He hands it to Magdi.
Magdi takes it.
Trust me, it's good stuff, he says.
This is not the time, Captain. Please.
Magdi will look at you, Captain, because I understand that, Captain. I will, trust me, I will have a drink of this.
He says, the reason why I don't enjoy drinking, is because I lost my former crew because of it.
I understand. Okay.
Is this the sad beach now?
This is that beach. But
Well, I mean,
Bernira deserves compassion and just sitting next to her while she goes through this.
I agree.
And she carefully hands back the drink back to him.
He downs it, puts a cap on it, and just sets the little flask in the sand, not in the water, because he knows what he's done. If he does that, it'll upset Bernira even more. And he starts just drawing, with his finger in the sand, just waiting.
she finally lifts her head and places her chin on her knees where her jellyfish dress is. Her eyes are red with both crying and anger. Like they look like somebody poured Tabasco sauce in her eyes.
Right.
And oddly enough, since you guys are right next to her, you guys notice she doesn't have her trident with her.
It's not going to even register with Magdi.
The captain looks at Bernira and says, "Where's your trident, Bernira?"
It's on the ship.
Do you want
In
me
the
to
cargo hold.
Do you want me to go get it?
No. Leave the blasted thing there.
It's not blasted. You love that trident.
Not right now, I don't.
I see.
I just want my other Megalodon back. He wasn't even fully grown yet.
He says, "Wait here." And he gets up, walks onto the ship, and about 5 minutes later, he comes back with a large looking tome of some kind and a bottle of maybe alcohol, you don't know. It's some kind of liquid in a bottle. And he sits down on the beach in front of you, Bernira, facing you, and he says, "I brought you your book. Maybe we can fix something about this." He opens to a chapter, which you've never read before. And it reads,
What is...
See... it's kind of like a riddle, but I'm really bad at riddles or poems, so... what you seek is in the sea. What you need is very... You may feel very meek. Ocean spray and winds tossed. Come to me, for all is not lost. And it shows an icon. Well, not an icon, but a very crude drawing of the empty sea, the center of it. It says that you have to cast some kind of spell or incantation there in order to resurrect the Megalodon.
Grr.
But traveling to center sea, that's a dangerous endeavor.
But one that I'm willing to endure for my crew. And he puts a hand on your shoulder.
On the other shoulder.
Yeah, the other shoulder, yep.
Magdi, who's heard this. We don't leave crew behind. That includes your Megalodons. They were crew.
Well, it does me no good to sit here and cry.
No, but it does do you good to sit here and talk to your friends.
We can talk another time. There's work to be done. If she stands up.
And Magdi will also stand up.
The captain's still kind of like sitting cross-legged. Picks up the
What?
book and closes it and hands it to Brenier and says, "I believe this is yours."
Moxie is actually praying. Yeah. To Umberly.
Excuse me.
So, yep, that's what she's doing.
Rhaenyra raises her hand up high. Kind of like what Thor does.
Yep.
To me, my trident.
The trident goes flying out of the one of the porthole windows, and one of the skeletons is like cleaning the room, and just like it's a near miss as you see like this like trident going like right through the skull of this poor skeleton, and the skull is detached from the skeleton as the trident just goes skewering his face like straight through the window, skull and all, and it just like flies in through the air and goes, and it goes thunk into the ground, skull first into the dirt in front of you.
Just muffled skeleton screaming. Just,
Stupid skeletons. She just yanks it out of the sand.
You're holding the skull and it says, "Please return me to my owner."
just see the skeleton body
I'll
just like
return you in a
padding
few
around.
minutes. She plucks the skull off the spike and crams it into her jellyfish dress.
Ah!
And the skeleton's like looking around, like touching it, like all its body, and like trying to like figure out where its head went.
Just where? Ah! No, over here! No, not in the drawer! Over here! Over here, you...
Yes.
I can just imagine the skeleton's body is like the arms are flailing around looking for the head, trying to find it.
He's like ripping through Breniera's room right now, looking for the head. Expect your room to be tossed by the time you get back. All right.
But yeah, back. Back in the place, but yeah.
Meanwhile, up on the workshop.
Brooklyn and Red are just catching up.
Yeah. Ostrom's still up there too, probably, but he's
Yes.
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 Well-
And Lena's just also talking to these two, like these three have not seen each other in years.
Yeah. And Brooklyn's just like, okay. Right. Yeah? The question is, what was the business with getting us over here? Well, there is something I need, but I think I would like your captain to be here, so at least he knows what I'm trying to get you to do, at least. Don't you to try and go doing it alone. That would suck.
You're trying to get us to do something
Well, but something I can't...
dangerous.
Well, something I can't do specifically. I don't have the gear for it, or I'm not prowess in it, at least.
Well, I mean, I'm no good at getting these things. I was only on their ship so that I can go home.
Well, I didn't expect you to be with Brittlin. It's a pleasant surprise, of course.
Well, as I said, there's a very long story about me being trapped inside a map.
Well,
You know
yeah.
what?
You just told me it.
Well, yes. You know what? If you send Brittlin and their crew out to get whatever it is that you need, you and I can stay here. I mean, I'm perfectly safe up here, yes?
Well, yeah, nothing ever bad happens, and even then, I have plenty of defenses against anything
Well,
that does come.
then I could stay here, Brittlin. You won't have to worry about me being on the ship and possibly getting hurt. And then you can come back and get me.
That seems good by me. I trust Rhett. I trust Rhett with my life, your life, any of your life, really.
Well, then it's settled. We'll have to wait for the captain to get back up here.
Meanwhile,
Oh,
the clinking of the gears on the elevator are heard as it's now
Oh.
returning towards the surface.
I think
No,
they're coming back.
towards the top.
Top, yep.
As you come back.
And again, you see poor Magdi. And yes, Bernira, you do see this. Magdi has now again slid all the way down, going, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down, don't look down.
As the elevator comes to
Magpie,
a stop.
sweetheart. Just think about the elevator going back to the Sky City. It's practically the same thing.
The elevator clinks back up and locks. Rhett
And-
just. Howdy, y'all.
And Magdi stands up and walks back to the center of the room. She's not even looking out. It's like,
It sits down on like the wicker couch or whatever.
yeah, I mean, she's fine once she's not looking down.
Yeah, this time Moxie will just go and find a couch or something to sit on.
Well, if
Yep.
I think
Or
that's all.
chair.
Wait, is that all of you? One. Astro is
The
missing
captain,
somewhere.
the captain is like,
Yeah.
like, back over near the forge, just kind of like examining the various things. Like
I
that's a
the-
sword, that's
Yes.
another sword, that's
Please,
an
yes.
Also,
anvil.
by the way, that sword you took, please don't push the button on it. That's on
You
the
mean
hilt.
you mean this one? He pushes the
No.
button.
The sword becomes longer, like it's the handle, and the blade turns into a two-handed sword with some like scallop. Oh, like it's like like it just goes, it just expands, and you're just like, oh, too much weight, too much weight.
He drops it on the floor.
Ah, don't break it. Ah, probably fine.
He reaches
Moxie
down and
will
pushes the
say-
button and it all retracts.
Yeah.
He puts it back on the shelf,
You
gingerly
would-
like,
She Moxie will pull out her gun and say, "You wouldn't happen to have the things to make another one of these, would you?"
Well, I probably have more than enough. I can probably even make these even better if you want.
She raises an eyebrow.
Well, I can make them fire more. I can have them higher capacity of ammo. I can make them water resistant. I can make them fire underwater too. Probably. He thinks about it.
She hands over her gun without question. She's just like, "Yeah, you're better at this than I am."
Okay, I'll be back with some upgrades for you, and even a second gun.
What was your name again? Small
you.
one.
Or you talking about Rhett?
She's talking to Rhett.
Rhett goes, "Oh, me? My name is Rhett. How do you do?"
I'm fine. She levels the of the trident at his head.
Yep.
Can you sharpen this?
Yeah, I think I have the gear for it. Yes. Says we'll take it.
Good.
Oh, a lot of work today. He says while wiping his brow. Before I do all
Don't
that,
worry, I'll pay you for it.
okay. He says we'll do like a little finger gun, as he like puts it all to like the side, like on a little table with a sign above it says "to do." With a little arrow pointing down at the table. Well, first, before I get all that, I should probably explain why I got you guys here.
You can explain to us while you work.
Good enough, then. He says, well, like, follow me then. I have to go to my workshop. It's
Okay,
just a walk across.
okay. Just to walk across. I'm fine. I'm fine. She is just. Magdi is just so nervous about being this high up.
yep.
Yeah. Like sometimes you forget that you're high up, and then you see something that reminds you, either just looking out the window by accident and seeing so high, like seeing how high up the water is from, in the horizon, or just in general, just seeing something going into the floor and seeing like a little crack of like the height, like a pipe or something.
Pretty much.
You're constantly being reminded slightly, not often, just enough where you think you're safe. Either way, Rhett walks in and goes, "Welcome to my workshop." It's pretty orderly. It has stuff to work on small things, big things, a big forge over there. It's surprising to see some stone stuff and surprised not seeing it fall through the floor. Like some of the forge stuff is just pure stone, and we're surprised it's not falling. You're not even sure we got it up here.
The captain's
Probably
just
built
like kind of like looking at one of the very weirdly looking at one of the strange steam-powered contraptions, and he says, "How does this thing work?"
Oh, that runs off my universal steam engine I have that runs this entire place. It's good for heating too.
An engine? You mean like?
Yeah. It's very large. It's kind of on the bottom area. I think you can probably hear it if you listen close enough. It's why all these pipes are everywhere.
Could you possibly put a steam engine on? Looks out at the ship.
Well, the one on my boat is the smallest I can make, and well, mine's smaller than yours. So, yeah, I could probably whip up one. I would have to make a lot of renovated space for it, though.
Yeah, we can. He looks at Magdi and says, "Do you mind if we get rid of the extra hold?"
You know who's going to be upset about that, Captain?
Well, we haven't used the brig, so we might as well get rid of that then.
Alexo's not going to be happy about some stranger tearing into his backside and putting an engine in there.
Well, we can always ask Alexo.
All right, just oh.
No idea who that is.
Yes, we can ask Alexo.
It's a complicated story, says the captain.
It is. It is. Oh god.
But yeah, Rhett starts getting work on first the smallest, like on the easiest thing. That's probably sharpening the trident.
So, why are we attaching an engine to our ship?
Well, it's what your captain asked. I guess he wants extra steam power.
Well, if
And
we're
also
going
probably
into
to ditch those
the
sails.
if we're going into the place where we know where you're going, he points out to like the swirling clouds of darkness.
Oh,
We
you're
best
going
be
in-
prepared.
We
Oh,
also no longer have a main mass.
Yeah.
That is
That's
true.
true. That is true.
Getting paddle wheels on your boat will probably be cheaper anyways. Or propellers, depending what you want. They have their own uses.
Propellers? What are we
tiny
doing?
little-
Trying to fly our thing?
No. These things. He pulls out the little like water things, little fin propeller things.
Oh.
These things go in the water and they do all the work for you. They generate less power than the paddle wheels, but they're a lot harder to be broken. Can
The
be broken
captain
from things
says-
underwater though, and caught.
Mechanical oars. I'd never think that possible.
The paddle wheels and these used together too can make a pretty weird combination, but I don't recommend it.
Captain, you're a halfling. There's a lot of things you didn't think were possible.
I may be short and
Anyway.
stubby, but I know a lot more about sea-faring vessels than you do.
People like
I don't think you should have said that to
Do
him.
you now?
Rhett pulls a little lever and like the little like the little sharpening wheel thing starts spinning on
She
its own.
turns
a little
around
arm.
and looks at the captain.
So does Moxie, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
And so does-
Well, he's like,
and-
well,
and
I
so
know
does
a
Magdi.
little bit, not like everything.
Captain,
as
do you
Patricia
know?
dies.
Do you know how many ships that tried to invade my kingdom?
Hmm.
And your ship is still powered by air. At least mine
Well
was
hit.
magical.
And Britling goes, at least Rets is powered by steam. And you never heard of steam.
Well, of course, there's everything that could be powered by anything, but I prefer the classic, what I know the best. The sail
But
at my,
then-
the wind at my back, the sails billowing. He's just like in a blissful state right now, completely oblivious to what you guys are saying.
And Britling goes,
Yeah,
did you hear yourself asking Rhett to add a steam engine to the ship?
the next time you want to say you know more about ships, remember who just fixed yours. Moxie says from
He
the couch,
snaps out
crossing
of
her
he,
legs.
he snaps out of it and says, "Oh, yeah, right. Thank you."
Mm.
Rhett's just like, oh.
I am
Hurt,
going
hurt
to
me.
step outside for a moment.
Wait, before you do, Rhett says while throwing you your, got it done.
Meanwhile,
she
the-
absent-mindedly grabs it out of the air without looking at it.
And the
Good job.
skull just rolls out from underneath your dress.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And it
No,
says-
no, can't lose that.
It says, "Where's my body? Where's my body? Where's my body?" It's bouncing
Your
away.
your body is back on the ship. Come here.
It's
I've got no buddy. I've got no buddy. I've got no buddy.
I
You're
got
gonna
no
have
balls.
It
body
sees
back
a pile of
forward.
it sees a pile of bones like in the corner. It's like, "Ooh, body, body, body." It's just bouncing in that direction.
She lances the skull with the thing again.
Ow, ow! I
That's
just want my
not-
body.
Those are not magical bones. They are simply not magical bones. They are truly dead, unlike yours.
It just turns with the trident sticking out of its head. Body?
Your body's on the ship.
It sounds like a dog.
Body, 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 as it bounces out the door.
And it bounces off your trident out the door. You're just chasing around now. But Rest's just like, okay, that
Fine.
happened.
You go back to the ship that bad? She picks the skull up and she baseball hurls it off the cliff.
Body!
Damn skeletons.
Rest is like, well, that was weird. But anyways, time to work on your guns, and I should probably get an explanation why you're here now.
Yes, the captain
She's,
turns
she's
around.
within she's within earshot though, so she can hear what's being said.
So, about the MTC, it kind of sounds like you guys going there.
Yes, we need to fix a problem that he doesn't want to mention it, but like you said, something got a little tied up down
Okay.
there.
Well, convenient, because my question... Well, I was gonna ask you guys to go there anyways. See, I can go, but it's dangerous for me. I'm only one simple person. And it's not like I could build something to protect myself for very long. That place is nasty. So either way, I need you guys to go fetch something for me.
Captain says, and what might that be? As he's like like examining a shield and just kind of like stroking it with a finger.
Well, basically, like, there was someone that I was kind of working with that was testing out a specific new type of gear. A full body diving suit. He kind of like shows like the sketched image of it. It looks like a suit of armor, but with like material in between of like the joint parts. And an air tank on the back and hoses.
This doesn't even look like it's built for... Is this a steam-powered thing again?
No, well, it does use a little bit of steam power to pressure its air tanks, but it was meant to traverse underwater, let you walk underwater and grab treasure, whatever.
Underwater
says-
treasure?
Yes, underwater treasure. It lets you get that.
Captain, don't you even think about that.
It was gonna get all this. It was gonna do all that. Help treasure hunters actually get underwater. and
He's
look
now
for
like
treasure.
he's now like thinking like, I wonder how many treasure chests are lying at the bottom of the ocean now. And you just like see the thought bubble of just like him walking underwater in this like suit and like, it's just a dream.
It was human-sized, though.
Captain, we do have an awful lot of treasure to plunder above surface, if from what we understand of.
And meanwhile, in
what's
this
going on?
cartoon image, you just see a needle go and pop the thought bubble.
Here's this, like as he hears the suit, as he hears Rhett saying the suit was human-sized.
Like the thought bubble just goes.
Like, I could make a custom one, but I need to get it back, and maybe the blueprints with it. He had the blueprints on him. I told him not to take them, but he did. So
Why
I
did
need.
he take? Wait. Brett, why did he take the blueprints with him?
He was afraid I was going to sell them or something. I never did anything such as that before, but very paranoid fellow. He always thought everyone was trying to steal his genius. Oh, don't tell me it was. Don't tell me it was. No. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah, I don't fully remember his name. But I hated that guy. Why did you work with him? Well, he was smart. I didn't want him using his smarts for dumb reasons. Either way, he wanted to test it out in the most ambitious way, and I told him just use it slightly off from the island. But he didn't listen and sailed off, and I haven't seen him since. He wanted to try and challenge himself by using the suit in the most deadly part of the ocean, the MDC. I'm not sure how far he sailed off. I'm not even sure if he got the thing actually, on and used it. He was so proud of his project that he decided he was going to dive in the water himself and not even have someone else doing it.
All alone? By
All
himself?
alone. Yeah, he was going to dive in by himself. He didn't even make an extra one for any crewmates. We had a very limited number of people here, and pretty much everyone that was here went on the ship with him, mainly because they were concerned.
He must be a madman.
Well, yeah, he swore it was going to protect them and work. Because it wasn't just, diving suit, but also it was supposed to be some sort of armor. So he was confident it was going to protect them from whatever was in the MTC.
But, okay, so you want us to retrieve what exactly? Treasure?
Diving suit, and maybe treasure if it's near it. This
That
thing.
I
he's
can get
pointing at.
around.
It's probably in the sunken ship, or he may even got to use it and it's somewhere underwater.
But how are we going to be able to get... He looks out at the current boat and says, there is a shipwright that I know that might be able to.
Wow.
But it's in Devil's Reach.
Devil's
Well.
Reach.
Nah, don't go to Devil's Reach. I think I may have some answers for you to somehow get the diving suit. It's more of Mark 1 of... It's not even a suit, it's these. He just kind of pulls out these, masks and oxygen tanks. They're good, but they don't depressurize like the suit. Because it's not a suit.
Captain just lifts one and looks at it.
And good for you, it's for everyone's size. It's just a mask and a tank. The tank only lasts for about maybe 15 minutes, though.
He pulls it off his head. 15 minutes? That's
Well-
worth nothing.
Well, that was the old small tanks. I can probably make... Remember, they're prototypes. Well, not prototypes, but never needed them in the beginning better. I only used them for quick ship repairs. But I could probably slap on a larger tank if you want. Larger the tank is, the slower you move, unless I give you some extra diving equipment.
Couldn't we just make the entire ship dive?
Ugh. Well,
I mean, I do know a buddy back at
Actually.
Devil's Reach that could do that, but he is a arch spellcaster.
wait a minute. I think I know who you're talking about. Only met him once, or twice, maybe.
Savior?
Yeah. Yeah, he actually, gave me the patent or idea of something, of making something like that. But I told him I didn't never really needed it. But I think I have something like that.
You
Give me a second.
have the module?
Yeah, well, I never needed the module because I always believed maybe I can use my mechanics above it. But if in this pinch, if I want to quickly make a submersible, I can quickly slap it on, yes. I've only needed it once to...
That might help us in this quest for this suit of yours.
It'll feel honest for me to, well, use the module, but hey, it's in a bind. And even if I would rather use my mechanics, because I'll just use a mixture of mechanics and the module.
Now that's what you're thinking.
And while your guys are underwater looking for it, I can have time to fix your ship and add whatever you want.
That's great.
So, it's a deal then.
He holds out a hand.
He shakes it. Oh yeah, one more thing. I know it's gonna take me a while to build all of this, but while you're waiting as well, he hands you like a notebook. This notebook is filled with all of the creatures that I've seen so far, and empty.
He flips through it. What does he see?
You see a bunch of different creatures, but one of them is interesting, as it seems to be some sort of stone statue creature holding a stone hook.
What
That
is
seems
this?
Those things, I think I just called them fishers. They really just target whatever they see. Sea animals, people, boats. They throw stone hooks at them and try and drag them deeper into the ocean towards them.
He looks out the window at like the Megalodon still sitting on the beach.
Yeah, you see very similar looking hooks. But the hooks are slightly cracked, seem damaged. They are usually grouped up in 5s, as I remember.
I see.
They're very vicious, but they're very fragile. If you kill them, their hooks become very easy to remove, usually. Why ask? Well, I guess anyone has curiosity of seeing those things. There's a lot of other creatures I recommend to probably read up on.
He walks over to like one of the couches, sits down, is like thumbing through the book, looking at these various things, and minding his own business now, and the rest of the party is doing what?
Also, Bruno, you got to hear about the hook thing. He was saying out loud about what the hook things were.
Bernira? I guess they're okay, okay.
Huh?
The hooks with the your Megalodon?
Yeah, the hooks in your Megalodon now have an origin. You hear about this too.
Oh, okay.
They're called fishers. They're stone statue-looking things that throw hooks at people.
And they live in the center of the deep.
Or at least they
MDC.
live around it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, around the area.
Okay, that explains that.
Yeah, Moxie is actually asleep. She is cutely snoring on the couch where she was sitting.
Eventually, Rhett walks over and snaps his fingers in front of Moxie. Hey,
What?
here you go.
Yeah.
He hands you these your guns, your 2 pistol things, and now they have multiple. Now it has like little, almost like looping chain-fed, like things now. It can fire a lot now. And
She will. Yep. Well, thank you.
I try to make
as
them
much
fire. Also have underwater rounds you can load into them. It's also mostly, well, the rounds are waterproof. But the normal rounds are loaded and now aren't.
She nods. Well, that will definitely be useful. Thank you.
Welcome.
The captain kind of curls up with the notebook and is kind of like falling asleep now as the sun is slowly beginning to set on the horizon.
But she will put the guns up and fall asleep again.
Magdai kind of looks at everybody and goes, "You know what? I think that's a very good idea. I'm just gonna
Whoa.
go over here and she kind of puts her back up. She sits down on the floor and she kind of puts her back up and kind of.
Well, it
She's
seems like
out.
everyone's almost asleep. It seems like it's our night. Well, good time to start working all night. He says, walking off. And Britton just sits there.
Yep. Meanwhile,
getting
we
thirsty.
cut to elsewhere in the deep, dark depths of the ocean.
Mhm.
As there is, and go ahead, Britland. Describe the scene.
In the depths of the empty sea. Well, first it starts above the water and then dives in. As almost inky blackness surrounds the structure. As is a very familiar your skeleton ship dives in towards the structure and pulls up. The large dark skeletons walking in and delivering supplies into this large structure. And as the captain of the Superior walks in and looks down a large dark hole, a large eye opens. So, have you found him? I sense him near. Cuts to black, I guess. Don't know what you want from me. Yay!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on Shores of Sorrow, Superior's Legend.
This is not Realms. I am not running this.
No, Shores of Sorrow,
Huh.
Superior's Legend. I am Captain Wilcock, aka RT Studios, aka PAK USA, aka whatever you want to call me, Kenny, whatever. And I'm gonna pass it off to the Buckethead.
Whoa! That was a weird ending. I wonder what that was in the dark.
Ah!
Oh no, Arkham. Hi.
It's me.
Welcome to the end.
Yeah, welcome to the end.
Oh, come on!
We literally just stopped the show.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
now.
son of a! I just got my physical done.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh.
He sounds so distantly annoyed.
He's on the ship. He's just like in his cabin, and his cabin has been completely tossed.
It's been
I'm gonna
flipped.
just say, this could be just like a little, like one of those end credit scenes. Like,
Yep.
where the hell am I?
And
Why am I upside down? And why is my bed upside down?
And one of the skeletons, and flying through the window, is the skull of one of the skeletons.
It's like
Buddy!
I just shut the door. Like, damn. I'm sorry I missed it, guys.
It's
It's fine. We already said to you before the stream started that your health was more important than the game.
Did the stream end, or are you guys still
No,
streaming?
we're still live.
We're doing our
We're saying
closing.
our goodbyes, so
Yeah.
Ah.
All right,
Yeah.
I guarantee you next Saturday I will be on
Yep.
here.
all right.
okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Britlin.
But well, that was a weird scene. I wonder what that eye was. It feels familiar. Either way, I was controlled by Gearbot, and also I ran in Ret. Also, you done Ret. That was fun. And also ran a little bit of the story, of course, so far. I'm not the DM though. Ooh. Anyways, running to our good old friend Magdai. I want to run to them. Put them on.
I
Hi,
died.
guys.
Go.
Magdai.
You
That's
are
you.
Magdai.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. Brain just went. Where?
Identity crisis. Identity crisis.
Identity crisis. Who am I?
Magdai,
Where
Magdai, go
am I?
burr.
Magdai, go burr.
Who am I?
I am your lovable fighter who
Furmog.
does not like
Heights at
does
all.
not like height but loves the sea, and yes,
I believe in you.
Doo-doo-doo. The number you have dialed is not in service. Please try again.
thank you. Um, and I will pass it on to the lovable, scaly one. That way.
Uh,
Ostrom.
Astrum.
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
I played Oseram, the ship's very not suspicious navigator.
Yeah, so not suspicious you snuck on Rhett's elevator.
He didn't steal anything. That's a one up on the captain.
He went to the
That
gap.
is
He went to
true.
the gap room and moved the little hover thing over.
And
Oh, and then I'll pass it to Moxie.
Yeah, I am Atricia Noir, and I played the daredevil known as Moxie, who apparently enjoys jumping off of things, very high things, just for the sheer thrill of it.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, she really is. There are reasons for that, but yeah. So now to the great sea hag herself.
Sea Queen, but yeah.
Queen.
Hi guys, I'm
Sea Hag.
Magna Rim. I am playing Rhaenyra, the Sea Queen. No, Sea Queen. She used to be a hag, but she was transformed into queen again.
Oh, that was just me picking. It's fine. She doesn't actually think that.
Yeah. I was gonna say something and my train of thought derailed hard.
Just like that skull that
I'm-
went flying through the window. Wait, what?
Yes, I'm gonna pass it off to our late arrival. Give him a chance to say his hellos and everything.
Hellos and goodbye.
Hey everybody, this it's Constellation Squid. I would have been playing Felton, but I had some medical stuff that needed to be taken care of. And I hope next time I will try to make it to a Shores of Sorrow. But there are chances that because of like a new place I'll be working, it'll be an up and down on Saturdays. Hopefully I can make it to more events. Hopefully I can get here. Hopefully I don't miss too much. And hopefully they'll still keep me as part of the crew.
We all
Good.
love our crew.
We love our crew, no matter how
No.
many times they fail to show up.
So I will try to next time. I really did try to get here as fast as I could, but the whole test was fog.
Things happen.
Yeah, it's fine.
Don't worry about it. Do
Don't
not
sweat
worry
it.
about it.
But don't worry, you'll see Felton again real soon. You'll in tomorrow and next Saturday you're gonna see good old Arkham.
Everyone's favorite. With that lore.
Yes,
Yeah,
with lore. We've got
Yes.
lore.
got called an edge. My character got called an edge.
Yes.
Arkham and Oldwin are getting lore at the same time.
I know, right? This is good
Oh,
stuff.
you got called an edge.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Someone in the comments, if you go back to one of the videos, you can actually see that one person called Arkham's a little edgelord.
He looks more like an
Yeah, I
emo
know
to
that was me. Yeah, I know that was me in the chat.
He's more of an emo in my personal opinion.
All right.
Okay. I think
All
everybody
right.
has said their highs and
Yeah.
goodbyes, and
Yes.
Yep.
So without further ado, thank you for joining us on Shores of Sorrow, Superior's Legend. We'll see you guys next week for Realms of Awakened Essence, Season 8, Episode 15, I believe.
no.
14.
Well, not that.
14.
Not
No.
even.
What?
Not even.
Oh, no.
Episode
I'm thinking,
five.
Episode 5, sorry. I'm thinking about this season of, like, my... Ignore what I just said. Season
He
8,
doesn't
Episode
even-
5.
He doesn't even remember
Or-
which episodes there are, and he's our editor here.
No. It's
Please help me.
episode, dear. dear.
Yes.
I love you dearly.
Yes, I know. It's been a week.
It's episode 4 because last week
Yep.
was episode 3. We're not on episode 5 yet.
Yeah, episode 4.
4.
But this Sunday, episode 15 of
there you go.
Star Trek Ganymede will be releasing, and that will be the final episode of season 1. So,
Alright,
hope you
well,
guys are there
I'm
for
not-
that. Until then, we'll sail the 7 seas, and we'll see you next time among the oceans. And don't get caught by a kraken. Until then, bye guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.